Okay, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back. Welcome to the first match reaction of the 26-27 season. If you hear sirens in the background, I think you know why. We've just been to St James's Park and we have committed an absolute daylight robbery. We've got plenty of people in. You guys know who I am, so let's see who's in the chat. Got Living the Dream, got Rafa, Eric, Eric Lee, Rafa, Eric Lee, Joe, Mark Dicko, and let's see. Ali looked off it. Yeah, it's last kick of the game, a penalty. St James's Park. It's Liverpool against Newcastle. It's never dull, but I don't think we. I mean, you get what you deserve in football, so I suppose it works the other way around as well. But I don't think anybody can sit there and say that we totally deserve that. I don't really remember their goalkeeper being overly troubled at any point. But this is it, guys. This is starting new season. I hope everybody is here for it. Hope everybody is happy for it. Hope, we get to we go to a difficult ground. We look pretty poor, let's be honest. Oh, there it is. Um, right, we've got Raymond there.
Hey, Brian.
So yeah, Raymond, the first caller or the first call in of the new season.
Yeah, I'm absolutely.
After
I'm fuming. I've even lost my voice a little bit.
well, like I said, if you hear sirens in the background, it's because we just pulled off a robbery, mate. We just pulled off a robbery, and I think there might be blue lights chasing us back down the runway from Newcastle to Liverpool because, like I said, you get what you deserve, and then there's no such thing as don't deserve, I suppose. But I mean, if I'm a Newcastle fan, there, it's just like, no, that can just get the fuck out of here. That is,
It's always a twist and turn with Newcastle Liverpool.
yeah, yeah. I mean, was there anything that you saw? What was it mainly that you saw that you wanted to talk about? SSB and Eric and Derek and somebody and Mark and everyone's in. Cotton as well. Good to see you guys.
Yeah, I'm profoundly disappointed. I understand that this is one of the toughest away grounds in the Premier League. That's fine. I'm not going to be expecting a top tier 10 out of 10 performance. Hell, not even a 7 out of 10. All I wanted was 6.5. And the players looked incompetent. All of them looked awful. Every single last one of them. Touches were too heavy. Passes were overhit over and over again. Extremely sloppy. Extremely sloppy. They look incompetent. And it's like, these are the same shit we were experiencing all last season. I mean, what were you guys
undercoached, underprepared? Are we talking undercoached, underprepared?
So sloppy. Like, how are you a professional footballer? Like, Vert should be embarrassed. Like, oh my goodness. Visa looked like Cruyff. Kevin De Bruyne. Like, Vert, how can you? It's like Visa was dog shit last year playing striker. They played him as a 10, and somehow he just dog walks Verts. It's like Verts. Like, oh my! I'm giving Verts to October 22nd, genuinely, because at this point, like, this is unacceptable. Visa out of position can't be outperforming you by a landslide. By a landslide. I'm sick and tired. One of the biggest reasons we concede a lot of goals, and this even happened a ton last year, is when we're defending transitions, when we're getting countered, no one in the midfield wants to engage. It's like we're all just all running back, circled around him, just looking at him. Someone engage, engage. Like the second,
Yeah,
that was the biggest. That was the biggest. If we don't concede that second goal, I think we go on and win the game because that was when the momentum switched. I noticed it. I was like, wait a minute, the momentum switched, and then a minute later, Gakpo scored. That was our window. That was our window. But conceding right after destroyed everything. Destroyed everything. I can't stand that. No one wants to commit. It's like, oh, we'll just all mark him, we'll just all run back, circle around him, and no one does anything. You have to commit. For the second goal, there was like 4 or 5 players around him. No one wants to commit. Like, what are we doing? Hell, you might as well get, if this is the shit we're gonna be seeing with this pivot, might as well go get Darwin Núñez and play him at 6. Because I know he's gonna chase someone down and tackle him. It's the passiveness, and it's like, and we talked about this, I think, yesterday, 2 days ago. Like, they're both attacking-minded players. Like, I don't know if
yeah.
it's a tactical decision or it's the players. We just overcommit way too much. For the first goal, I do blame Gravenberch. She has to do a lot better, a lot better. But still, like, why are we committing both pivot players at the same time? It's like, of course we're gonna get countered. We're gonna get sliced through like butter. Like, it is required. We need a reply next week. If we do the same shit next week, the season's over. The season's over. And I'm not someone that likes the absolutes. But my goodness, this was beyond sloppy. I've met dogs that are less sloppy than the shit I've seen today. My goodness.
So you still think Gravenberch is the man?
I don't like the pivot. We need to get a DM, and then you can just pick one. Maybe a game suits Gravenberch, maybe another game suits Szoboszlai, but we need a 6. We need a defensive-minded player that will commit. That's one of our biggest problems. No one wants to commit, and when they do, they're so soft. Like, the second goal, it is exactly the biggest problem we have in defending transition. None of our midfielders want to commit.
Exactly. Well, they don't want to. They don't want to run. You know, they don't want to run. Ali, it's cool, man. Let Ray. You know, everyone's got their thing. You know, everyone's got their thing.
And I'll give a lot of praise to Munoz. I think he changed the game for us. I think he should have started. Again, I remember when the article, I think from James Pierce or whoever it was, came out that Rio was going to be playing predominantly on the right. I thought it was an idiotic idea. We've been known Rio is dog shit on the right side. We've been
like the lads are having a bit of a pop at him there. I think he was. I'm not having a pop at him, but I think we could all see he was lost out there.
I don't.
There was just nothing, absolutely nothing coming from him. I'm just wondering, is it under coach, under prepared? It looked new. I mean, I was completely prepared for this. I was completely prepared for it to be clunky at the start and it to be different because it's like we're going from 2nd to 5th almost, you know, with this coach. But that would have been with players, even with players. You know, and we spoke about it last night. He said if he wants to start Jeremy Jacquet, fine, you can start Jacquet, but there's absolutely no chance in hell that Jacquet can do 90 minutes.
Yeah.
So we ended up having to take Jacquet off in a bit of a kind of an odd spot. Like, you know, it's not like we were in the comfortable position of being 3-0 up. So, okay, we can take Jacquet off. He's done 60. No, we had to take him off while the game was still very alive, very active. Again, it's not. Look, that's the least of the problems. A lot of different opinions on Wirtz. Obviously, he didn't do a lot. Obviously, you know, but I was look, even with new players, even with additions, even with Barcola and an Mbaye in this team, they would still only be here like yesterday or something. So it's still going to be clunky. We are going to have, you know, teething troubles along the way, but I wasn't expecting miracles today. I was expecting a win because, that's what you do. You expect to win.
Yeah,
Um, but
yeah.
there
I'm
was
reading
there
the chat
wasn't a lot to hang your hat on. There wasn't a whole lot to hang your hat on today, really.
Yeah, yeah, you're right.
Nothing. It was poor. It was. I mean, if we hadn't have gotten that late penalty, which I'm almost going to discount him because you're talking last kick of the game shit here. Um, that's almost in my head. In my head. We still just lost that game, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, yeah,
That's how it feels. Like, okay, yeah, we 2-2 because literally the last freaking kick of the game penalty, and we were well up. We were straight up losing that game. We weren't peppering them. We weren't, Jesus, it's only a second, and 5 seconds longer, and Liverpool would get a goal here. No, no, and one poor challenge from a guy who's had a great game, and you get you get a penalty. So to me, I genuinely feel like emotionally how much that we just lost that game. But that's not what I will say on the scoreboard, obviously. But I think I think the manager should feel like he lost it. And I
1,000.
think the players should feel like they lost that game. And don't that stuff with Dominic Szoboszlai running away with a last 96-minute equalised penalty doing the shut your mouth thing. Get out of here, Doms. Just shut up. I'm trying not to swear because Barney is here, but yeah, him doing that, you're talking, that little talking gesture they do, because you got what a 96-minute bloody barely deserved equalizer.
Yeah, you do
You
that
know,
when you like you're 5 up or something and you've hammered them in time, not just at the end. Do you know, Brian? I was thinking. Sorry, I'm going to say hello and hello to Lisade, but I
Raymond.
thought.
Yeah,
Oh,
hey, no
sorry, sorry, Raymond. Yeah,
problem.
no. Do you know? I mean, I didn't expect us to win. I'll be honest with you, because we know St James's Park is, like hostile, and also as well, yesterday and all week we're complaining about the shortage of people that we need, and we haven't got in. So, I wasn't expecting with the team that we had at the moment to easily win. I thought it'd be hard. I thought we might scrape on or we might get a draw. So that wasn't. What I was surprised about though was that all the training we've been doing, with these, fast, sharp passing, seemed to just disappear. It almost ended up looking like slot ball again because they were ahead of us. Then there was the counter, and for me, I would have kept Verge back. He's a few paces off his best at his age now. We know that, and I would have kept him back with Xhaka because he could have been his legs and his runner a bit if he'd have needed him. And I would have kept Gravenberch back a bit when we saw the way the play was going and how aggressive they were, and passionate. They outmatched us in every position like that for me, and they man marked. We don't man mark well, and that because we want to be an attacking team. So I don't know. It wasn't much different than I expected, but it just proved to me they've got to get these players in. The only difference now is they'll have gone up a few million because everybody knows how we desperately need them. So the value will have gone up on them.
Yeah, 1,000%. And again, like I'm with Brian as well. Like I wasn't expecting a 7, even a 6 point. I wasn't expecting a 7 out of 10 performance. I just wanted a 6.5 out of 10, and we were way below that. We had the far superior squad and lineup, yet we were completely demolished. And I'm reading the chat, and like Lee, what do you have a problem with before? Like this isn't me being, yeah, I'm angry, but it's from passion. Like I like this club. I'm not gonna go into my personal life, but this club saved my life. I was suicidal. I'm not gonna say the word on here, but I was suicidal around 2014. And hearing the words "You'll never walk alone" it changed my life. I'm extremely passionate about this club. It completely changed my life. I started playing football. I started making more friends at the time. After I moved and I had to leave all my friends that I've built up for 5 years, I was extremely depressed. But it's just passion because I love this club. It's not out of anger or hatred. We had the significant advantage, and we were completely outworked. We looked like novices compared to men today. Why is a professional player of all these guys' calibers over or under hitting passes? Heavy ass touches everywhere. Why are we seeing these things? So it's not just me being aggressive for aggressive sake. It's from love. It's from passion.
Oh man, I hear that. I
Yeah.
hear
So,
that.
guys,
I mean, no, and I'm glad to hear it. I mean, that's a beautiful thing. You know, I know it's a dark thing from where you came from a dark place, and to hear that, that's going to make me emotional. But okay, no, yeah, I don't know what to say. I just want to say I'm glad you're here, man. I'm just so glad you're here with us, and that's and I would never criticize. There's people that come on and they shout and they get angry and all that, but I've never thought of you in that way. Yeah, you come on, your voice is already gone sometimes, because you're just, and that's passion. That's to me, that's always been passion. It's not been anger, angry, ranty guy. Not at all. Not at all. I've never
Yeah, and
felt it like that. Never felt it like that.
you can tell it means so much to you as well, can't you? That's the thing. But the other thing as well for me, if we wanted to individualize players and say who was what, Vert's passing was terrible today for me. But also Isak, he should have been taken off earlier for me because it was always going to be a hostile crowd against him. We know that. And you can either go two ways, can't you? You can either use it and say, stuff you, I'll get a ball in the back of the net, and then you can see what you've missed. Or you can just disappear and put your eyes to the heavens every now and then, which is what he did for me, Isak. So he should have gone off. I was
Yeah,
asking for
the proper footballer thing, Bernie, is to do what? Stick to in the back of net in front of the Gallagate and say what you're saying now. That's the way to do it.
And he could have done the slob thing with his hands if he'd have wanted to. If he'd got 2 goals in after getting the stick he was getting, he would have deserved to be able to do that. But I just thought that, he was looking too weak. He should have come off. I was asking for Kumas to come on earlier. I thought Munoz made a great addition when he came on. And in a way, we can't complain about Rio. He's a kid. We know that.
No, he was lost out there. He was lost on the right hand side.
Yeah, his experience showed, didn't it, today? And I just thought Munoz, when he come on, it was like a breath of fresh air. I thought, oh yeah, we're going somewhere here. And even Xhaka was caught out a bit, wasn't he? So for us, for a first game, we could take a lot from what we've seen today, as I'm sure Iriola has. But we can't go on like that every week. That we've got to take that as that was a poor game, and we've got to do better than that.
Yeah,
We've got
for me,
Lizada here. How are you, Lizada?
evening panel, evening chat. Yeah, hey, it's
Have a say that.
yeah, Haley's there.
yeah, what a game. I mean, honestly, I thought Rio. I know Gakpo scored good goal, but I thought Rio was the best of the starting attackers, and even he wasn't great. Like you said, he was lost on the right wing. He's not a right winger. It's okay. I don't like. For me, you hit the jackpot. You get the best English left winger, my opinion, of his generation. Like English generation, you get the best, and you play him on the right hand side to accommodate for a guy who just cuts inside the whole time. Like Mo Salah told us he was leaving in March. It's August, and we don't have a right winger. Munoz, he looked. Honestly, I wasn't. I know he won the penalty. Big ups to him. But one thing that kind of showed with Munoz is that he's quite a bit one-footed. He didn't want to go onto his left, which you can't do when you're on the right wing because, especially a player like Lewis Hall, outside the penalty. I know Munoz he got up the pitch at times, but I think he showed that I don't think he's a natural right-sided player. I think he can do a job on the right, same as Rio can, same as probably all of them can, but he's not a natural right winger, which we knew we needed because Mohamed Salah was leaving. He even scored a brace today to add insult to injury. I thought Isak was like turbo. I mean, for me, that shot that he skied, that worried me. That worried me because the one thing, okay, when you lose Salah, you lose a lot of things, right? But the one thing Salah had was that killer instinct. All Salah needed, one chance, one goal. So Isak, in this occasion, when the whole crowd's booing you, I was calling for Isak to take the penalty because to me, that penalty would have been a test of character. Let's see if you have some, there's a lady on the panel, but let's see if you have something about you. And he didn't show it today. Some cojones, and I didn't see it. And Flori, did you guys see City how they won against Bournemouth, the Gvardiol goal?
Yeah, I mean,
did you see Shirky shift 2 men, take two men out the game, split the line straight into Barrios' feet, inch perfect offside, like straight into his feet. I'm sick of Florian Wirtz. Genuinely, I'm sick of him. He's someone who I've tried to like, I've tried to defend. I cannot handle this guy playing like he's scared. Lewis Cook, you know
Timing
that
is
was
an
Lewis
incredible
Cook
thing.
Pardon?
Timing is an incredible thing. JP Wirtz's lawyer has just entered the building.
Yeah, please, bro. I'm sending his client to jail. I'm sick of him. I'm sick of him.
Like the
The
most
midfield. Oh my god.
yeah, the
Let,
most
let me just get this over out the midfield quick, Raymond.
Let him go.
Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Before the summer, I said we needed two midfielders with everyone here. Not only do we not get one, we sell one and don't replace it. I'm not sure if that's incompetence or arrogance. It's someone wanted to. Szoboszlai, great penalty, took the roof off. Why are you giving it to the Newcastle fans after that bullshit you just did?
I know.
Bro, do you think
Do
a
not be
draw
giving me
on
this. Shut it up. Do not be giving
why
me
are you
that.
giving
Do your
it to the
talking
fans,
now.
bro? He didn't win.
No.
Gravenberch. Oh my god. Oh my god. Guys. Did you see the way Newcastle were defending against Gravenberch? It's literally stand off of him and wait for his nose to bleed.
Let
Stand
him
off,
have the ball.
wait for him. If you get near him, he'll turn you. Don't press Gravenberch. It's either going backwards or he's gonna give it, or he's gonna try to do some dumb shit and give it away for Newcastle to counter-attack us and score the goal. It was awful.
It's been like that for 18 months, Lazzetti. I've been sitting on this channel for 18 months saying, and I sat here and I was laughed off by one person for saying that people do exactly that. They let Gravenberch have the ball because he doesn't know what to do with it. And I was told you don't know what you're talking about.
Guys, I have a question. Where's Liverpool's midfield? Why did you see that goal that they scored? Where the second one, where he just runs into. We were speaking about this the other day, Brian. Even after the Como game, where they just run for 60 yards. And Liverpool player can't. Do you remember at the first game of the season last season, Semenyo? We've conceded that exact same goal.
Yeah.
There is no midfield. I'm sick of this. I'm genuinely sick of this.
Do you know? You could have looked at that game
JP.
today, and you could have taken Areola off and put Slot there, because it was the exact same play that we played with Slot for my man. I was wanting, where's all this, short, sharp passing and running with the ball, moving on, keeping it compact, and there was none of that. It was just like it was sort of like they'd reverted back to the Slot thing, and we know that we need players. We're desperate for players, but the players we've got have got to do better. They've got to do better than what they did today.
JP, how are you?
Hey,
Thanks for being so patient.
Oh,
yeah,
hi,
man.
JP.
Yeah. It's been a while, once.
Well, you did say you were going to wait. You did say you were going to wait till the.
Yeah. I was on vacation, so when school closed, I'm a teacher, so when school closed, I go on vacation as well. So,
I say that you're a teacher as well, aren't you?
Yeah. So.
No, I'm not.
Oh, sorry, Raymond. Sorry, no, Raymond.
Yeah,
you're a
but
teacher.
Not my teacher.
I do have
Hang on, which one of you guys? No, there's another. I know it's not Owen. One of you guys, I thought was it. No.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah. Okay. Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. No. I just have like a couple of minutes too. But for me, like, it's watching all the Liverpool supporters, watching the Liverpool fans, and it's kind of funny, listening to is Leslie or who on all these other YouTube as just watching just now, crashing out on one performance and at the start of the season, and I'm like, these guys just came back from a World Cup. These is the first game of the season. It's one of the most difficult grounds in the Premier League to go in, and these guys want us we in a transition, new manager, no players, and these Liverpool fans, some of them are, in my opinion, being very unreasonable, not supporting the team. And this is an excellent result for me. I'm happy with what I saw. There are certain players that didn't perform, but at the end of the day, I understand it, because It's the first game of the season in a difficult ground in St. James Park. And new manager, new transition, and to me, like if I have to say players, like I will have to single out Kirkes didn't have a good game, Gravenberch, it didn't have a good game, Rio. But apart from that, and well, Isaac as well, yeah. But apart from that, everybody, for me, gets a pass. Even Florian Wirtz, he had a shot on target. He was trying, you saw the press that he was trying to do. It got him tired, but again, he played in the World Cup. He needs to get up to speed. But for me, this is an excellent result because some of the same problems from last season persisting, right? No defensive midfielder or wingers. Frimpong and Kirkes looked, shaky at times. Good from the stoppers. Alisson made a crucial save at 2-1. So good to have him back. Szoboszlai, Szoboszlai given his Szoboszlai performance, and it will get better. This is the start of the season. If anybody told me at the start of the season we get Newcastle, you're not in rhythm, you get in Newcastle away, you're getting a draw, I would take it because usually Newcastle, even though Liverpool is favorable with Newcastle results, it's still a tough ground to go and play. A lot of teams in this ground and getting results. So good result.
Good result, JP. Good result, but not a good performance.
Yeah, no, I not so like understand what I'm saying, Brian. Folks, we know Gravenberch and Szoboszlai is not defensive midfielders. So obviously, if you have that imbalance in the team, then people like Wirtz and Isaac won't perform, and Rio, they won't perform because nobody winning the ball, nobody breaking up the attacks to feed these guys. And it's just, we need players. It's Munoz
and it's good, not
look good. I just looking at the positives in the transition, good result. I've seen better football. It's just the only criticism I will give today, Brian, because it's the start of the season. If after 5 games performance like this, then yeah, I'll see. Come on, but the only criticism I given for today's game is that midfield too open as always. Wing backs need to be sorted out, and just to pass the ball a little faster. But outside of that, I've seen enough to make me happier this season, and let's go forward and see how it goes for the rest of the season.
I mean, okay, I can give you before the season. Are you taking a point away at St. James's? Okay. But in the moment, I don't think we deserve the point. Then we didn't deserve a point in that game. To my mind, again, sure, who's to know? That's a completely objective thing. So, but I think we are still looking. If you take Florian Wirtz and you put Florian Wirtz in where I think you should put him, which is the attacking group. He's an attacker. He's not a midfielder, right? He's not going to play in a 3. If you're playing 4-3-3, he's not going to be in that middle 3. Yeah, he's a 10, or in this team, he's an attacker. He's a second striker. So he's not a midfielder. So when you look at it that way, this is the same midfield that in his second last season, Jurgen Klopp and Jörg Schmacke bought. Szoboszlai, McAllister, Gravenberch, and Endo.
Right.
That's still our midfield. 4 years later, that's still our midfield. There isn't a single elite club in world football that has the same. Like, well, Madrid, pretty stacked there. They've got some guys, but that is not how you run a football club.
Yep.
That is not how you run a football. There is no chance that any manager will want the exact same set of players that the previous manager wanted, let alone Iraola wanting the same midfield that wasn't just slots midfield, It wasn't just Jurgen Klopp's midfield, it was Jurgen Klopp's 2-year-old midfield.
Yeah, yeah.
And we haven't made, and all those times we tried to buy defensive midfielders. We tried to buy, as I say, we tried to buy Zubimenti. We gave up after Endo. So that is utterly criminal. This is the same midfield
Yeah.
that we had 4
So
years.
we can't complain, Brian. So we can't complain. The midfield is the engine of the team. If you don't have a proper engine, you're not going to do well. So I'm not going to sit here and complain when.
Well, we should. We should complain about the fact that we
Yeah, we
haven't
should,
bought
but
these
everybody
midfielders.
knows that we're supposed to have a defensive midfielder, somebody who's rugged, who could win back the ball, who, especially if you're playing a high line like how we played, how we playing, look at the second goal they scored. Nobody, it was Wirtz had a pop, Gravenberch had a pop, Szoboszlai nobody is rugged enough to win back the ball, and that's what we are missing, and I think that's his get out of free card, because you saw it today that everybody knows, blaming the excuses. We need signings, why Rio playing on the right. We need a next striker, we need a midfielder, we need wing back. So the board haven't given him anything as yet, and I think that's his get out of jail free card, where we know we haven't done much in the transfer market. It's a transitional season. Let's get through this season like how Slot had his first season, and then we make some buys or something in January or next year, and then we press on. But for me, Brian, this season I've already seen enough where if we get one or two players in, like let's say a firm, rugged defensive midfielder, we get a right winger, we probably get some wing back cover, and a striker just to interim until Etitike come back. I'm not seeing, with the run of fixtures we have now, I'm not seeing us being that detrimental, because I'm happy. I'm not happy, but I'm pleased from what is already an improvement for me from last season, to be honest, right? And just one or two individual errors that cost us the goal today. So Gravenberch had a wide open Isaac Florian Wirtz pass to, he didn't, right? And then Kirkes didn't cover his man, lost the goal. So once we sort out those things, Brian, and we get some signings, I do believe that Isaac, Wirtz, Munoz, Rio, Gakpo got his goal, McAllister, all of these guys will do well. They will come good. And it's positive with these stoppers as well. Araujo look good, Shaqiri look good. Allison looking like he could give us another season. So let's just give them time. Let's watch the next 6 games coming up. Let's see how it goes. We will get better performances. We are at Anfield. Our run of games is looking good right now. So we got a point, and let's move on, guys.
JP, can I just come back on that?
Yeah.
Well, it's just that we know we've got good players there, but they're not acting like good players. And when you looked at Newcastle's team, and okay, we've heard of Risa. We saw him come in last season.
Yeah.
We know about Barnes and Murphy and all the rest of it that we played against them last season. They had other players in there that are new to them. They have played all of our good players. They run us into the ground, So I don't think we can, have these big names and not expect them to stand up and be counted, and let players whose names most people don't even know in the Premier League.
Yeah,
beat them.
I agree. 100%, Bernie. And you see, the only that's why I need to see the next 4 games, Bernie. Right? Nottingham Forest will give me a better picture of how the team will shape. Because Bernie, I'm an experienced Premier League fan. We could say I've seen a lot of good players crumble at St. James Park. I've seen the world's best players crumble in St. James Park, and it's an away game, and I understand what you're saying, because there was a time I watching the game and I'm saying, who are these players? I will not buy one of these players to come into this Liverpool team. Why are we not doing better? But like for me,
But JP, I just want, I don't interrupt, but JP, JP, what did you say? What did you see today?
right.
Other
So
than
what?
Jeremy Jack, eh?
Right. So what I
Playing a
saw
centre half
today?
that you haven't seen before, that you
Yeah.
haven't seen before.
What
But
I've
it's all the
seen
same
today.
players. Other than
Yeah.
Jack, it was an 11 that started last year.
Yeah. What I've seen today is a manager who just came in low on resources. Because for me, we were playing with, again, we playing with
Mhm.
10 men. Rio didn't do anything on the right. Right. So it's difficult to get our outlets if you don't have two fast wingers, you understand? So what I saw today, Brian, and I'm being honest with you, is that I I didn't see or I didn't feel how I felt last season under Slot, right? In terms of the patterns of play, I saw Kirkes making overlapping runs. I saw Frimpong making overlapping runs, getting the ball, making
But
crosses.
that's just on the
Look
one
at
game, right?
the cross Kirkes
Mm.
did to Isak.
But that's just on this one
Yeah,
game. But that's just on this one game. Like you say, you need to see six. So but what
yeah.
I'm
So
saying is like,
that's
what
what I'm
is
saying.
new in this game?
So I've seen different things that I've seen from. I haven't seen Kirkes make an overlap and run across like that all season last season. So one is better than none for me. I've seen Frimpong making overlapping runs. So I feel better watching Liverpool now as opposed to whole of last season. And that's why I'm saying I'm optimistic. I understand. I'm not going to get carried away. And it's a tough ground. Is St. James Park is a away game at this first game of the season. Guys came back off a World Cup, a horrid season. I am not going to criticize this Liverpool team as of now. I just need to see 2, 3 more games, and then I will start to get on the back of the players. But like for me, I have seen enough, and I've seen a difference from last season. And yes, individual mistakes. Yes, these things happen in high pressure games. But I am more optimistic now, Brian, Bernie, Raymond, from what I've seen, and I'm not crashing out after one game that is in a difficult stadium, and I need to give them time, right? Who knows? If we win our next 5 games, this point looks like a golden point, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
but if
we have to
no,
we
but
have
if you
to
don't, I mean,
start of the
yeah, I
season.
mean, we did. Yeah, but we just drew this. I mean, I can't look at this and go, that was great. I'm not saying
Yeah,
this means
yeah.
bad things.
Mm.
What I'm saying is this shows how light we are,
Yeah, yeah,
how
yeah,
short so much of the last 3, 4 years.
yeah.
If you buy two brand new wingers, it's not
Mhm.
going to stop this team just getting run through.
Yep,
Like
yep,
Raymond said, knife
yep.
through butter. That's not going to stop this.
Yeah,
Same midfield for the last 4 years. That's
yeah.
my indictment. Like that is my indictment. Other people can come into a court with a 10,000 page document.
Hmm.
I'm coming into court with one piece of paper that says the same midfield for the last 4 years. That's all that's written on it. That's my
Yeah,
indictment.
yeah, yeah. So
And
I'm not complaining if that
Right,
midfield
right.
same. I'm not complaining until next season, right? Because just like you say there, Brian, you can bring a 10,000 page document, whatever. We know what needs to happen. If we don't get a defensive midfielder in, we could get Bakula, we could get Vicinius Jr., we get Kvaratskhelia, we could get Mbappe. The same thing is going to happen, right? These guys will be starved of the ball because our midfielders getting run through and we conceding goals. And when you concede goals, you put yourself on the back foot to put even more pressure on the Isaacs, the Verts, and all of these guys. Right. So for me, let's just wait and see. Transfer window is not up yet. So let's hope we get a defensive midfielder, some fresh blood coming in, because to bring on is Kumas is his name? Is
Mhm.
Yeah, to bring on a kid, and to me personally, to start Rio in this game is really I would prefer Rio to still be brought in sporadically, or at least be played at Anfield more often than away from home, because his defensive work was not there in this game as well. So for me, having a kid like Rio starting still, it's still not right with me. I Munoz looked a little more assured than Rio for me on the right wing. So let's just see, guys. We transfer window still open. Let's just see in the upcoming weeks, and let's get
Do you know
resources.
what? Sorry, JP. Do you know what you're saying though about, like if we get these players in? Because I came on. That was the first thing I said. We know, yesterday we were saying we needed players. We know we need players.
Yeah.
And I'm with you on that. But what I'm not with you on is the players we've got. If they'd have put in a sterling performance today, all of them, and we thought, you know what, it's not their fault. They gave it absolutely everything they had. The passing was sharp. They were aggressive. They fought for the ball. They didn't get knocked off the ball. When there was a counter attack, every one of them ran back to stop it. If they'd have put that effort in today, I would have been with you and said, as soon as we get these new players in, we will be golden. But we've got too many problems for me on the pitch. So even the players coming in, it's going to take a long time before Iriola can weed out this. For me, I think. I know it's only the first game, but they've had the pre-season. We've had some. Okay, we know we go on about pre-season, but this is the day today where you're starting to battle for, to win the league, and we didn't battle like we should have done for me today.
Yeah, I agree with that, Bernie, and 100%. I understand what you're saying. Don't get me wrong. I was saying similar things during the game, but as I said before, Bernie, Brian, Raymond, let's just take our emotions out of it. Look at the bigger picture. Look at the run of games we have coming up now. And as I said before, going at St. James's Park is a difficult. Take away Liverpool record at St. James's Park. A difficult ground. We got a point, and it's the first game of the season. So let's just take it in stride. We know the faults. We know what. Let's just take it in stride, and let's see what happens in Nottingham Forest going forward. I agree with all your points, Bernie. You said it there, and I feel the same way. Isaac's supposed to be doing better. Ferd's supposed to be doing better. Rio's supposed to be doing better. Gravenberch. I feel the same way, Bernie. I'm a Liverpool fan. However, I understand the game of football. I'm experienced enough to know that these grounds are difficult when players traveling. It's difficult to play on some of these grounds sometimes, and that's the beauty of football, So let's just wait for Nottingham Forest over the weekend. And one question before I go, guys, because like for me, I know we have penalty takers or stuff, but do you all think that Szoboszlai should have given Isaac the penalty to take, or you think that that's our main penalty guy? For me personally, I would prefer Isaac taking my penalties, because I know strikers feed off goals. He didn't have a good start last season. He is a good penalty taker. So for me personally, I would have given him the penalty. But what you guys think? And then I'll see you guys next time for Nottingham Forest.
Well, for me, I thought it was sorry, got like a bounce back. I thought it was difficult because if he'd have missed, it would have been absolutely horrendous, wouldn't it? So overall, you could look at the other way and say if he'd have scored the goal, his confidence would have zoomed up and he could have, walked out with his head held high. But I think it was actually the right decision, in case he did miss. So I was hoping that Szoboszlai would get it. So that I thought that was the right decision for me.
What? Who taking the old penalty?
Yeah, that's what JP was saying. Who did you think should have, Isak or Szoboszlai?
Well, I think that's decided beforehand, basically, because they did the old double switcheroo where they there we go. I was waiting for. Here we go.
Do you know,
They
I
did
was sort of
because basically it's the whole new thing now is where whoever's going to take the penalty, someone else picks up the ball and holds on to it for ages, and then they get so the guy taking the penalty. I mean, it's just silly. So it's typical. Yeah, he's going on, but that'll be decided. I think basically, Dom, if you're on the pitch, your first choice penalty taker. I don't think it'll be like in the moment. I don't think it was because. So that tells me that if Dom's on the pitch, Old Trafford, Liverpool, he's first choice penalty taker, and you see why today. You see why today. So I was wondering, would it be Dom or would it be Isaac? But it looks like it is Dom, and I'm fine with that because he's a great ball striker. And I like I'm saying, I don't. Again, I could be completely wrong, but I don't think he took it because it was Isaac at St James's, and Isaac will be on pens now. I would have thought he would have been. I definitely would have thought he would have been. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it was just because it was at St James's. You know, and he'll be. But I would have expected him to be pen taker.
yeah.
But again, like they'll sort those things out in training, and the manager say, "Look, no, it's you, and you, Isaac. I know you're bloody good at the old pens and stuff, but Dom is my man. Dom is my man." So yeah, well, the final judgment is in from Russell, obviously. So it is one handsome man. I have to take a word for it. Pretty neutral for me. He's not like I'm not. Look, I'm not like if I see a George Clooney, I go, look, bloody hell, that's a good looking man over there. You know, you're not. You know, but I mean, that's just human nature. But that's a clearly good looking man. But I don't look. I mean, if Hassel is, maybe he is. But
From a female perspective, I'd say more he's well groomed as opposed to handsome.
Okay, fair enough. Well, he would be, you know, he would be. He's been out of Saudi, I think. Make a few. You can buy a few cosmetic. Well, I'm saying I'm assuming it's all
Yeah.
natural. But, you know, some of those fancy creams, you know, some of those cost £1,000 a pot and all that.
Didn't he get sacked because he'd already signed for Saudi, and so and they'd heard about it, so he was sacked that day. He's been sacked a couple of times, hasn't he? Like dodgy things.
Well, everyone gets sacked. Everyone gets sacked. Oh, yeah, oh, I don't know that dodgy stuff.
Yeah, for not being loyal. I mean, you know, for like
Oh, I don't know. Oh, okay.
very ambitious.
Oh well, yeah, sure. I wouldn't be, you know, wouldn't be in Saudi and Newcastle coming on. If you go, I mean, it's still the same thing. Like Saudi, Newcastle. I mean, it's the same. They can't be that pissed off with him. Like they probably own the club that he got sacked from.
What do you think Russell thinks of Iriola? Do you think he's good looking?
I'm going to guess no. I'm going to guess no. Okay, it's here.
So Joe.
Hey, what's going on?
Hi Joe.
There you go.
Is my mic okay?
Oh my God! I'm going to turn my sound down. Give me a minute to turn my sound down.
Is my mic
It's
all right
okay.
though?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
Clive is in, and Lee is in, and Ray is in, and the other Ray is in. Rodney is in, Eric is in, Martin is in. If we could push it up to 50 likes, guys, that'd be brilliant. We've got a live stream going on. Get up to 50 likes. I don't know what then. Salish is in, Martin, Ted's is in, Cottonator is in. So many people. Like I say, YouTube is cracking down. They're pushing us back down, as we've got to get back up to where we were. So we should have 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 people in here. First game of the season, you know. So we had some problems, but let's get it pushed back up to where it needs to be. So everybody hitting like and everybody chatting and all that while it's live, we'll start getting the push back out there again. So we're rebuilding not from scratch. We're not rebuilding from scratch, but rebuilding a little bit. So everybody, by doing those things, will be really helpful. If you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe. And if you want to support the channel, you can do so via the link to Buy Me a Coffee, which is pinned in the description, or you scan the QR code which is on the screen. Channel isn't monetized, never has been, never will be. And you won't get 30% of money to Google. So there's a spiel. Okay, there's a spiel. Only one today. First call-in show of the brand new season. Akinde, either your camera or your mic isn't connected, so I can't add you to the panel yet. Something's disconnected. But we've got Ray K here. I'm calling it a robbery. I am calling it an out-and-out robbery. Blue lights all the way back from Newcastle, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
There you go. You know, we take it. Like, I know JP was in earlier on saying it was a great result. You know, I mean, I think it was. Look, Jake, he's doing his own thing. To me, no, it wasn't. It was very. It was the last kick of the game with a penalty. It was a penalty, but
It was.
guy had a great game all week, or a great game all day, and one slight little shuffle and a mistake, he gives away a pen, and we walk out with a point.
Good result, bad performance.
But as I said just after, I mean, I was saying to Raymond, emotionally or whatever, I still feel like we lost that game. That's how it still feels like after, even though we got a point and we got a draw, it still feels to me like we actually lost that game. Because that's how we played, and we kind of just really straight up nicked it at the end. So, yeah. I'll let you guys go. Joe came in first, then Ray K came in, and then Akinde came in. So, Joe, you can have it.
I'm happy. I'm happy that we can all now see how what's his name, Iraola, has been hung out to dry. We all saw it. You think you've already alluded to it, so I'm not going to go over the midfield nonsense. I don't think the double pivot, suits the personnel that we have. It's the same situation that we had from last season. The overall, as a first game, manager's first game, a few people had a debut as well today. I think that it was going to be a rough game. My initial prediction was a 4-3, which to me indicated that I knew it was going to be a rough game. I think we're going to have to wait until like 10 games in to fully understand what this coach wants to do. And we have to wait for this window to close before we know exactly where we are. But there is no way that we cannot bring in fresh new blood to support the current squad. If we don't do that, then we should just lower expectations down, just lower them down, and we might not even make top 5. We'll be struggling for top 5, top 4 position. We'll be struggling and really competing to make it, and might make it on the last day of the season. That is the kind of performance that I saw today. But was it a good performance? Absolutely not. Well, was it a good result? I have to say it was all right. It was an all right result. I'll take that.
Okay, cool. Ray K, then Akinde, and then Zia came in. I'm not going to hold you get this, but I'll just let everyone have a say as they came in.
Sure, Brian. Yeah, no, thanks, Brian. Hi, lads. How are you? Hope you're all well.
Hi, Ryan.
Yeah, look, frustrating performance. But I think, I assumed long before the game we'd win that game, basing it on Munoz being on the right wing and Rio on the left wing, or reluctantly Gakpo on the left wing. But look, we know Isak today was completely and utterly isolated. He was living off scraps. He didn't even get scraps. So, I mean, if we had a Minteh and Barcola on those wings, we'd have destroyed Newcastle today. Absolutely destroyed him. When Munoz came on, he made an immediate change to the intensity of our attack and our advanced play. Munoz came on and he was the only one to actually penetrate, try and get past the hole, and he actually got balls into the box, in Isak's direction. At least he was trying. He had the pace and the ability to do that, But Rio was lost in that right wing. Really, he tried hard, very hard, but he's just not accustomed to it. Left wing is his side. Midfield wise, yeah, look, Gravenberch and Zob, again they were marauding forward together. When Grav lost that ball, Gravenberch had acres of space and time to shoot when he should have shoot for goal. He lost the ball, and who was parallel to him? Zob is like, if that was in Leone in that team, he would not be up there beside Gravenberch in the box. He wouldn't. He'd have been more. He'd have been screened the back four. He'd have been a lot more cautious. Look, look, a good result in getting a point. But the performance wasn't fantastic by any means. I was a bit confused by Wirtz coming off. Wirtz did okay, in fairness. He was trying hard. He was getting involved. He had a few wayward passes, which wasn't good. I thought Kirkes did okay. Jackie did well. Arojo, when he came on, was fantastic. I really thought he was very, very good. Their midfield was there to be. I mean, we walked through their midfield numerous times in the first half, and we couldn't capitalize because we had no wingers to go with the pace and power and penetration to get past their back line and to get balls into the box. Gakpo. I know Gakpo scored, but he wasn't. Gakpo wasn't doing that, and Rio certainly wasn't doing that on the other side. So two wingers will transform our attack when in possession. And again, look, it's just. I mean, the midfield again. It just shows us exactly what we need. There's no surprise there. We all know that. But this is my thoughts of the game.
Somebody's making some crazy noises. Who's making crazy noises?
Not sure, Brian.
Yeah, that was Joe. Sorry, Joe, that's who muted you. Okay, so Akinde came in and then Zia and Shane as well, so I'll have to go. Akinde, he's been waiting patiently. Come in, say hello. Been a while, Akinde.
Yeah. How are you? How's everyone?
Very good. How are you?
Akinde.
I'm okay. That's I don't know what to say, but I told someone today that I've never been disappointed when going to St. James's Park. So we deserved to lose and we got a point. So we never played well. I think the manager there's still a lot of work to be done. Especially when we lost the ball trying to score a goal twice. We lost the ball in that type of a way, and we cannot recover the ball back in so many instances. We only recover the ball back when the opponent lost the ball, not when we intercept play. So it's very difficult for us, so difficult. The penalty was, it's 50-50, cannot say it. If they give that penalty for Liverpool, I'll go against it. I'll be so angry. But if you look at the game throughout, the referee was blowing a lot of soft fouls and all that. So I think that it's fair to give. If you have been doing that or doing that all over the match, I think that is fair that you should give that as a penalty as well. But I was not disappointed. Throughout the match. And for the game, I think we need a lot to improve defensively. We need a DM to.
Okay, Brian.
We need a real DM, not the one that will play like attacking midfielders, Gravenberch, McAllister, who want to go forward. We need someone who can sit back and defend. We need a Rodri, Declan Rice, those kinds of players. Casedo, yeah. I think that's what we need. But I think.
Yeah, but who else do we play on the right today, Rodney?
Who
else do we play on the right? If we don't play this guy,
Zia
came in. Oh, definitely. Zia, you were next.
Hello?
I want to try and give everybody and then we can all have it. But I just want to try and get quickly to everyone that's been waiting patiently.
Hello.
Yeah, Zia.
Oh, you want me to talk now? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I just want you came in and you've been here for a while, Shane, so I just want to let everyone speak.
I thought
at least
the
get
previous
them
chat
in
hadn't finished. That's all.
No, it's just we can all I want to give everybody that's been here a chance to say hello.
Well,
As well.
let me tell you something. I really enjoyed that game. I loved it. I thought it was great. End-to-end stuff. None of that slow down crap that we saw last season. Everyone was passing it fast swing. Yeah, they were missing their passes here and there, but they were doing it. And the only problem I could see was that final third decision making again. So, and a few passes off, but that will come good soon, I reckon. But
that thing ball over the top to Langer. I mean, come on. There's no DM that's going to stop that. The DM will be in the middle somewhere. That went straight over, bounced off, went over to the other side, and he just ran with it.
Yeah, but it's not
It's the-
about no, it's not about
it-
defense.
it-
Yeah, but it's not about no, but it's not about needing a defensive midfielder to stop that one thing that happened in that
oh,
one game.
oh,
Come on, it's not about that. Come on.
no, but right, the ball went over the top, and he runs like Usain Bolt. No one's going to catch him. You saw it at the World Cup. He's very good at that.
Exactly. No,
So,
that's no one's debating that. Nobody is debating that.
okay, that's
But it's
fine.
not. You can't say we don't need a DM because a
No,
DM wouldn't have.
I'm not saying that, but that can't be the reason why we need DM with
No, but
with
no one's saying that. This is your
like that.
analysis of the game. This is your
Yeah.
analysis. But I'm not.
All right,
We're
that's
not
fine.
going to do
That's
that.
fine.
We're not going to
Okay,
do
that's
that.
fine. All right, right. But I enjoyed it anyway, and I think it's given me a lot of hope. Yeah, this game.
Wow, he
So
took a
that's
lot of hope from this game.
yeah. No, I
Okay,
did.
okay.
I did a lot of hope. I think if we get the guys that we that we want to get for the wingers, they'll be faster, more active, and I think they'll be better decision makers as well in that final third than what we've currently got now. And Rio, I mean, I felt really bad for him actually because you could tell he was struggling to do anything on that right. He's got to be the backup left wing guy, and he can't be the right wing guy backup or
Yeah,
whatever.
you can play that position, but who else were we going to play there today?
No,
First
it
game of
doesn't.
the season.
I
Who
mean,
else were we
he
going
could have started. I mean, if he's seen him in
to? Yeah,
training
he
and
had to
stuff, he
start.
could have played Munoz, but he brought
But
him
no,
on at the end.
exactly. But he didn't. But that's the thing. He had to start. So, and I'm not saying I'm
Yeah.
debating it. This is what we've
No,
been
but I'm just
forced into.
saying that is the team that
No,
I
but
would have
we've been
started with.
forced into this
Started
scenario.
with
We've been forced
Brian.
into
I'm
this.
not having a go. I'm not having a go at what's his name, Rio. Yeah, but he did look out of sorts on there when we saw him, and I wanted to see him on that side anyway. So now we know that in a high intensity game like
We've
that.
already seen him. Yeah.
Huh?
We've already seen him enter. It's not like Rio is bad or anything. It's just the we can't even. I mean, we got people in the chat saying, "Oh, Rio is overhyped." Just
No.
stop that.
No. It's just
Stop
that.
that.
Yeah,
Stop saying
stop
he's
that.
overhyped.
Yeah.
He's a quality young player, and we all hope he's going to be a top player in the future. Just
Yep.
let him be. Just
Absolutely.
let him be.
Yeah.
He's fucking 18 years of age. He's playing in one of the most high intensity leagues, with the most high intensity league for one of the most famous clubs. He
Yeah.
doesn't need anyone just saying, "Oh, he's overhyped." Let's stop all that. Come on, let's stop all that. Let him be. I don't know where. I mean, a lot of people look. I'm not sitting here saying this game defines our season, and I don't mind anybody being positive, but I can't really see. I can't watch. There's nothing in that game that I sat there and went, "Wow, that's great." That made me.
But surely you saw the movement. It wasn't all that stuff where you just pass in the middle from side to side. It was always progressive passing a lot of the time.
That's fairly basic shit for me, man. That's fairly basic stuff for me.
Yeah, well, at least that's a step
No,
in the
it's
right
better than
direction.
but it's better than we had last year. Yeah, of course it is, but that's a low bar.
And I just couldn't fall asleep. There's no way I could have fallen asleep in that game. That was really good.
Shane has been sitting there very, very patiently, which I'm sure is difficult for Shane. He's probably hopping up and down on his shoes, ready to go. Bouncing up and down. How are you, Shane?
I'm okay.
Did you enjoy the game as much as Zia did? Did you enjoy it as much as Zia did, or
I
worried
didn't.
as much as some other?
The game didn't lack as much enjoyment as some people. Like, I didn't dislike the game as much as some. Didn't particularly enjoy it. To me, it felt like another preseason game. Just from the first 10 minutes. You know, when you start watching a game and you can tell the boys are up for it. Yeah, I don't feel like the boys are up for it today. So the whole, it's St. James, it's a difficult fixture, it's away. What happened to the whole fight for a manager when the manager just got their new manager bounce energy kind of situation? So I'm just not seeing that new manager bounce. It just felt like another preseason game, like another step into the Areola philosophy or whatever. And the game said to me, have patience. So I knew we weren't up for it from the first 10 minutes. We conceded first, which is no surprise. When we equalized, we went back into the honest slot complacency thing. and we conceded again. So we really need to focus. We got lucky at the end. Don't really want to speak about individuals too much. Muniz looked really good when he came on. That makes you think, was he a bit overzealous with Rio? However, Rio was the right decision to make. And then seeing this squad makes you just realize how thin we are. We're in a crisis, man. We started Rio.
Shane, would you agree with me that saying we look better than we did under, look better than we did while at peak horrible slot ball is actually something to be celebrated? Is something to be like, that's not a thing.
Yeah, not
We look,
really.
that's not a thing. Oh, we look better than we did under Arne Slot. We looked absolutely fucking horrible under Arne Slot. So looking better than that is not really a thing.
Yeah.
That's the bare minimum when you bring in a new manager that wants to play more attacking football. It's not to
Like
be
I,
celebrated. It's not to be lauded. It's to be expected.
exactly. Look,
You know, oh, well, at least we look better than some of the worst football we've played in the
no,
last
I
20
agree.
years.
And I agree. We do look better than we look under slot, but we look like we're
Of
still in
course we do.
preseason. We look like we're still in preseason. We look like a shadow of a doubt, guys. And Liverpool go through these periods where we suck and then we're good and we suck and then we're good. But whenever we suck, we can at least score. So one thing about Liverpool, back in the 2010s, we wouldn't win a lot of trophies, right? But we'd score goals. We'd score bangers week in, week out. We had attacking like patterns of play. We just look like a shadow of a doubt when we're attacking. It's just really uncomfortable. You can see the quality dip between Robbo and Kerkez, because I saw Cody released him on the left, or I think Dom released him on the left, and then Kerkez had a easy cross to Isak, open header, and he just fluffed the cross, man. So we just look like a shadow of a doubt when we're attacking. We just really don't look very comfortable attacking. And yeah, that's about it. The game just told me be patient. This is going to be a long one. So strap yourself in, take a seat, be patient, pay close attention, and watch.
I mean, 2 years of sitting here saying our midfield gets walked through. 2 years sitting here. Now everybody's copped on. Now everyone's, hey guys, you know what? I don't think our midfield is yet. 2 years. Some people 3 years. Saying we don't have. I mean, Karabakh. We destroyed Karabakh at Anfield. But for a half an hour, Karabakh walked through our midfield every 2 minutes. Every 2 minutes until we put one or two past them. Then they just, it's, if you ever want to pick a game and watch, they dominated. They just kept getting this little number 10. This is going to get us destroyed when you want to push up and you want to do that. And you need to be, you're playing on your wits end anyway at the highest level. So to have like two guys who are really strong defensively as eights, not as sixes, but really strong defensive eights, even they're going to have a job on their hands. To play with someone like Robbenberg, who just like stands there looking around, going, "Wow, there's like a problem over there. I wonder whose job it is to deal with that thing." You know, it's your job, Grav. It's your job. You're the one that should be kind of running with that guy. He's just looking, where did that guy come from? Gee, he looks like he's running towards our goal, lads. If someone doesn't stop him, I reckon he's going to do something. He's sitting there getting a cup of tea, and he's sitting there, what's going on? Who could possibly entertain me?
No, but it didn't piss me off that much. Hey, I'll just say it didn't piss me off. It was a very calm
That's his
watch.
attitude. But that's his built-in attitude because he's not a defensive player. He's an offensive player that we're asking to do defensive things. It's our fault. It's not his fault.
He made a few good tackles today. But if you're referring to the second goal, I think there's about 5 players that could have made
I'm referring to the second goal. I'm referring to the last 5 bloody years is what I'm referring to. I don't do moments. I'm talking about 3, 4, how many seasons is what I'm talking about. I don't do moments. This is what I'm talking about. You know, this guy, man, please just put him in his right position, which is playing for Juventus or something. Because there isn't a world that exists anywhere where Andoni Iraola buys Ryan Gravenberch. It just absolutely doesn't. No chance. Nalante is here as well, waiting patiently. Zia is here. Reike is here as well, hanging back. We've lost Joe. We've lost everyone. People are in and out. That's cool. Lots of room for everyone.
I feel for Grav a little bit, Brian. A little bit. You feel sorry for Grav because you know, I fall for the first goal. I fall for the second goal. But what was he doing for both goals? I mean, the second one is extravagant back flick, trying to, you know, get around the corner to somebody. God, you know, keep it simple. You know, even if to go backwards with it and lay it off for a shot for somebody or whatever. You know, but God, you know, first goal.
1-1. At 1-1, you know, you just.
Yeah. I mean, you know, just both. You know, I mean, that's why I thought, you know, our result was deserved. Well, just about deserved. You know, but still deserved nonetheless because their goals came from 2 ridiculous mistakes. You know, and again, if Munoz had started on the right wing, I think we'd have had a lot more penetration for the whole game and got a lot more balls into the box and possibly a couple of more goals. You know, look, Rio's an exceptional talent, fantastic young player, but he needs nurturing and further development. And he's very comfortable on the left, but not as much on the right. You know, but that'll take time, I suppose. But you know, this is why Iraola wants wingers. You know, this is why we're going to get 2 wingers. You know. And that'll transform that attack big time because with the pace and the skill and the ability to get in behind defenses. Gakpo again, I know he scored a goal, fair play to him, but you know, again, he was doing his old Gakpo one-trick pony routine, going around the outside, trying to have a shot or look up and he'd stop, start, mechanical again. You know, yes, I'm disappointed with his performances. You know, but I look at first game of the season. You know, I'm not going to lose my shit or be too disappointed. You know, we showed intensity. We showed passion and the intensity and the work rate was there. Just the application of it wasn't perfect by any means. You know, but with better players in the wings, that will change.
Yeah, we weren't expecting. I mean, again, like I'm not really attacking the team or attacking the manager.
No.
Yeah. It's like, look, this is how short we are.
Exactly, Brian. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You know, we're having to bring on Kumas.
I know, yeah, and he looked quite lively when he came on. In fairness, he looked lively. You know, he put himself about. But again, yeah, the squad is so thin, as we all know so well, and
it's the whole squad, guard. It's not like we're saying attack is the problem. You know, he's saying attack is not the problem. It's midfield and defense and goalkeeper. Yeah, that's the whole team, card. You know, I don't think it's not the attack. It's the midfield. It's not the midfield. It's the defense. No, it runs through everything.
Yeah.
You can't say the attack is the problem. It's the defense is the problem.
Yeah. I mean, then again, you know, attack. You know, if he score, you know, more goals scored, the more likely to win a game. And maybe if our attack was better, it would have a different scoreline today. If we had the wingers on.
Yeah, and look, we're not having a pop of Kumas. I mean, Kumas has been around a long time now as a young player. And what I'm saying is, like, this club, like, should have, again, it's not having a pop of Kumas, but that's the guys we have coming off the bench now in Premier League games.
Yeah.
You know, and it's not like we've all of a sudden discovered that he's brilliant. No, it's because we don't have anyone else. Harvey Elliott and Chiesa left out of the squad. Harvey Elliott and Chiesa, well, people saying now it's a fitness thing with Chiesa, you know, go figure.
Yeah.
Or shock horror, you know, but Elliott left out of the squad.
Yeah.
You know, not even a place where, like, McConnell, put Elliott on that bench instead of McConnell. McConnell didn't even come on, but no, Elliott isn't even on the bench. It's telling you everything you need to know, Elliott. It's telling Chiesa everything you need to know. And, you know, as Ray was speaking before, if you sell Gakpo, Chiesa, then there's room for those 3 guys. and there's almost
There
a
is.
need for those three guys. Now
There
we
is.
need so that will stop us putting Rio out on the right, because Rio's development probably just will not be helped by games like that.
Yeah.
Brilliant
Yeah.
from the start, the first game of the season. Brilliant from the start, the first game of the
Absolutely.
season.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Mm.
not in his
And
best run,
yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's football. Sometimes there
Exactly.
isn't, it's clunky. It's hard. You want to play him, but you need to do this, and he has to play there so he can come in. It's
Yeah.
in his second best position, and guess what? He's 17, he's 18, big game, and he has a shadow game. He has a ghost game, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. And who
A
knows?
few bits and pieces, but
Yeah. Who knows?
put him back
Munoz
on
may,
his left side. Let him do his
yeah.
thing.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. And who knows? Munoz may not have been fit for the full 90 minutes to play on the right side. Hence he came on for Rio. Who knows? We don't know. But on the penalty taker, could you imagine if the ball was handed to Isak and Isak missed?
Well,
It would absolutely look. I know he's grown. Look, he's a professional footballer. He get over it. But look, it'll just give Newcastle the impetus. A further impetus to further try and humiliate us. I thought.
well,
Yeah.
I think it was you were talking last kick of the game. I think 9 times out
Yeah.
of 10, 8 times out of 10, he buries it. But it
He does.
just,
He does.
again, I don't know if that, to me, it's like if he's first choice penalty taker, he takes the penalty.
Yeah. Yeah. It would have been great for him to get his pen, score the pen, and get off to a good start for the Premier League. Because he's our main man. After all.
Because scoring that goal as a striker, with a striker, you're going to be thinking positively. You're going to be thinking, I'll bury this.
Yeah.
And doing that would be,
And and it would have been wonderful if you had. It would have been wonderful.
Gary Neville. You absolutely know Gary Neville wanted him to take that penalty, and he wanted him to miss
He did. Yeah. Yeah.
He
totally,
absolutely wanted him to take that.
He did.
And miss
He did. Yeah. Yeah. And Isak was between two minds. He is standing there near the penalty spot with his hand on his hips, watching Zob with the ball, and he wasn't exactly putting himself forward to take the pen. So he was waiting to see whether he was going to be given the ball by the vice cap, by possible vice captain, or more senior player in the squad or what, So Zob took responsibility and he buried it, But it would have been lovely to see Isak score. Absolutely, yeah.
I hear you, Danny.
He's the striker
See,
after all.
Danny, Clive. So, sorry, Ray, just saying hello to
Oh, you're
people.
grand,
Clive, Danny, Red One is in, Songs 4K is in, Kevin is in, Garrett is in, Ollie is in, somebody's in, loads of people. Martin, good to see you all in. Remember, guys, just try and push that likes up, try and get 50. I don't know what it is. And then we won't have to talk about it after that. Try and get it back out there again. Get those numbers back up. I hope Lewis is a show tomorrow. I don't know if Rio is picked. Okay, right. Well, that's what I'm saying. I would assume, the penalty takers are already chosen before. I would be surprised if it was picked in the moment, but you never know. You never know. Would have been. Yeah. But I'm assuming that basically, that says to me that Szoboszlai is our first choice penalty taker. If he's on the pitch, then Szoboszlai is. But again, never say never. Maybe he said, "Look, do you know what? This one, I'll take it."
Yeah.
But I would assume that they don't decide on the pitch. It's obviously you take pens out. They don't wait. They don't leave it up to the guys on the pitch at the time. But again, like I say, I wouldn't say that for 100% certainty. But like I say, it could just been at the time. But yeah, penalty takers will always be decided. Corner takers, free kick takers, they're all decided in advance.
Usually, yeah.
You sometimes have people have a little bit. Do you fancy it? Yeah, this side maybe.
I suppose in a white hot atmosphere, maybe they thought.
Yeah, they're always decided in advance.
Yeah,
it's just like captains. He's pen. If he's on the pitch, he's on pens. If he's off, it's you. If he's off, it's you. But I would never discount. Never say never. It's a football match. Maybe he says, you know what, you take this one. It's highly unlikely, but like I said, that tells me that Szoboszlai is our penalty taker.
Yeah.
And the way he took it, I mean, why not? Why not?
Yeah. Totally. I suppose any other opposition, maybe Isak would probably take it. Any other opposition, the opening game, but maybe because of the team who it was and the atmosphere,
maybe it was best.
PSG Barcola plays like Gakpo literally. Well, yeah, Barcola is basically just a much better version of Gakpo. That is the most. Yeah, but that's a much better version of Gakpo, so it's better.
Yeah.
Versions that need to be introduced so they recognize. Yeah, they need to stick together, man. They need to stick together. I know we've got. So I haven't had Shane in a while. Shane, what's your thoughts on Yankuba Minteh, potentially our first ever Gambian at Liverpool?
Look, the squad's thin at the end of the day. We could say that he played Rio ahead of Victor Muniz. So with Muniz, it's probably some real competition with this new guy coming in, Minteh. But we need bodies, and anyone who comes in improves our squad at the moment. This game was like a real eye opener into how severe the problems are. And somebody did say that we've left the manager out to dry. So it's just a bit of a sad one for me. I'm not trying to like look at it too deep. I'm trying to kind of be very light-hearted about it. But yeah, Minteh improves our squad, man. We need fitness. We need pace. I don't know if our lack of knowledge in the final third, I don't know if he'll add to that or if he'll be another person that kind of develops into a bit of a Cody Gakpo in terms of does really well physically, he's good on the ball, has pace, has a shot every now and then, but doesn't really combine well with the rest of the team. So it's more about if he can combine with the team than him as an individual player. Because right now there's zero IQ up front. Like we look like a shadow of a doubt up front. So we need IQ. So it's not my favorite purchase because it's not an IQ purchase or it's not a direct pace purchase. But anything improves our squad. So if we manage to get the body over the line, it's a sigh of relief in some capacity. Until we've reached the full breadth of what he can and can't do for us. So right now it's just about patience, man. I'm just being calm. Just waiting to see the system set in, to see how long we're gonna have to struggle like this before we get some kind of momentum and know where we need to see improvement in the squad. Yeah, Minteh improves the squad. I've watched some highlights. He looks okay. A little bit of a Sadio, got some pace, got some power. Don't have much more.
Don't do the Mane thing. Don't compare him to Mane. It creates all kinds of problems in the chat.
Yeah, he's not even close to Sadio. He's just.
But Russell, I have to talk to you. Russell, you're saying he was class for Forest, blah, blah. He just had a one-off season last year. But you've been slagging off Minteh all week using his stats from last season. You keep bringing up people who are good players. Shada, you keep bringing up all these players. They're decent players, Russell. And you're willing to say this guy is that, and it's good, it's good analysis and it's good opinions on these players. And these are guys that a lot of people say, oh, he's an average player, and you're no, he's this, he's that. But Minteh apparently is just shit and he's trash.
Unbelievable.
Like Alanga, you're willing to go to bat for Alanga, but you don't think Minteh, who's only just turned 22.
I can't wait, Brian, until Minteh plays a Liverpool jersey.
I don't know.
Yeah, I just can't wait until Minteh plays in a Liverpool jersey and he proves everyone wrong. I tell you, I just can't wait.
No, I just don't get it. Look, I'm not saying you have to say he's brilliant. I'm not saying it, but like, you're sitting there going, this guy is shit. He's trash. He's crap. I mean, and then like you're just saying, oh, but Alanga is good and fucking Ismail Assar and Jared Bowen. No, these are good players. But Minteh, 22 years of age, only just turned 22. Fits a lot. Is he a superstar? Is he an elite player? Is he a world class player? Absolutely no. Absolutely no one is saying he's a world class player. But if we can come, if you don't think he can come into this team and over the course of the next 2, 3, 4 years become a part of, no, lots of people saying this guy can just be integrated into the squad. He can become a first choice right back or first choice right winger for next season. Then after you bring in a guy and then he plays a squad role, he's a rotation off the left, off the right. He becomes a squad player in this team. He's never going to be an Isak or Wirtz level player, probably, but he'll be the next bracket. So why not just have someone like if it's him or nothing? You know, I just don't understand this thing where it's like, oh, Euro is a great manager, he gets the best out of younger players. But when it comes to Minteh, oh no. You know, he will thrive. If you think like Jacob Murphy looked like fucking Beckham playing with Isak. Minteh, just on, if you want to talk about just basic stats, the most basic out of context, let's fit in my argument stats, right? The way most people use stats is they pick the ones that fit their argument. So I'll pick mine, right? Isak thrived off crosses from Jacob Murphy, scored 23 goals, 24 goals, whatever it was. Nobody put more crosses or passes into the penalty box last season than Minteh did. Now, if you don't tell me that even its most nebulous, most basic function doesn't say to you, that's a right winger that can put a lot of balls into the box for Minteh.
Well said.
And
Well said.
Yeah.
I mean,
Sign
what are
me
we
up.
talking about here? Is he going to be, is he Michael Elise? No. Is he Lamal? No. Do we need him to be? No. We just need someone that's going to put ball after ball after ball on plate after plate after plate for Isak and Wirtz and say, stick that in the back of the net. That's all we need him to do. Work his bollocks off out of possession, born to do it. Happy to be here, never going to kick up a stink. If you can name me something better than that in our squad right now, get off your high horse, come down off your ivory tower, and stop wanting this and this, and then stop bigging up random dickheads who are shit and 30 years of age, and just get on board and look at what you're talking about. Seriously, my God. Profile.
Yes, and yes.
I don't know, lads. I don't know. You get Mbaye, you get Minteh, you're locked down for the next 6-7 years. Get it done.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Get it done. Yeah.
Mbaye doesn't work, sell him on. Minteh doesn't work, 3-4 years, you move him on. You get your money back. You get someone else in.
Totally, yeah.
That's football. Get someone who won't let you down. This guy will run his balls off. He'll work his balls off. And he has end product. He's not Darwin Núñez. He's not run his balls off and does nothing. He will put balls into the box for Isak. So everybody wants wingers. That's what this club wants to do, is get wingers, right? So apparently we're focusing on nothing but that. So go and get some then. He wants 5 wingers. It's simple. Chiesa is out of the picture. He's gone. He's done. Gakpo, get your money for him. That's 2 out the door. You bring in Mbaye, you bring in Minteh, you bring in Barcola. Rio and Barcola, Mbaye and Minteh, and Munoz covering both. Isak through the middle. Maybe we score our way out of trouble, because we're not going to defend our way out of trouble. We're not going to midfield our way out of trouble. We're going to need to score our way out of trouble, because we're not buying defenders and we're not buying midfielders. So at least giving people who can score goals, because, I mean, we could win the European Cup playing like this. Like, we'll be brilliant in Europe, by the way, without a doubt, because Europe's always sit with us, because I mean, look at who's won the last multiple cups apart from, like, Palace are winning. Teams that, like, European football suits English teams because they're so quick and powerful. I wouldn't be surprised if we went deep in the fucking Champions League. But we got to get a midfield and we got to get a defence. So that's my speech for the night. Get some bodies in the door and stop cribbing about whether it's Minteh or fucking Barker. Just get somebody in the door. I don't care if he's worth 60, 70, 80, 90. He's worth what he'll be worth to us at the end of the season. That's how we can judge his value. But right now, Somebody can put balls on a play for Isaac. Priceless. Russell, priceless. That's what he's worth. And when Alante's been waiting there, K-Mac is asking for the link. Surprised he has time for us after he's gone full 30 floors. Alante, you there?
Yeah, I'm there. Yeah.
The brand.
Yeah, but what else is there to be said? There's not much more. It is what it is. It is what
Exactly.
it is. And
Yeah.
it is what it is. And again, our fan base just goes over the top with everything. On content creators, it's getting on my nerves, to be honest. Oh, we're always going to smash it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
This season is going to be a up and down season, so we just have to bear with it. We just have to bear with it. This is not his season to see the real Areola. Yeah, sorry, I'm just coming from the hospital. So if there's any sound, you can mute me, okay?
Cool.
Yeah,
so
cool.
Yeah. So Brian, if you mute me, but all I was gonna say is quick because I'm just out, so I'll let the guy speak before I can get a better reception. But all I'm gonna say is we overgas Areola and then we get the under hype. It just is what it is this season. You know what I mean? The midfield is the midfield. But one thing I would say is that people don't understand football. You can say slot and all this crap, but you can't play attacking football when there's no balance. We can do all the attacking we like, but are you telling me you're going to love a team that's going to win 5-4 or lose 5-4 with Liverpool Football Club? Today's game was a Bournemouth game to me. You know what I mean? It was a Bournemouth game, and that's not good enough. But again, it's one game. You've got to take his time. So we don't have to overreact, but we don't have to overhype. It is what it is anyway. We all know what it is. We've been talking about it. Daniel Sturridge had a good piece. I was listening to his interview afterwards. He had made some good points. But again, this is stuff we already know. And it is what it is. Like I said, look, and I've said it before, Irido was never my first choice, but he's here now. When we finish 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 10th, it is what it is. I know people are not going to like that, but he's not his team, isn't it? Next season, when he gets who he wants to really get, then we can judge him properly. Well, we just have to let it. It's going to be some times we're going to moan. There's some times we're going to complain, but it is what it is. And all of
You've been
you,
gassed
all
up,
you lot,
Ante. You've been gassed up, my man. You've been gassed up. I know it's been gassing you up, man. You've been gassed up.
that's not
I
about
know
what
you're coming in
exactly.
strong. No, you're coming in strong. You're coming in hard. You came in earlier on saying, "I told you guys it was we weren't going to get this." You all said it was going to be easy. You're all gassing up.
Yeah, but you said it. Some of you said it. Some of you said it.
You lot,
You said
yeah,
it in the
you lot
Discord.
all said it. What? It's going to be easy. It's going to be walkover. I never.
Oh, so
Look,
what was your prediction then? What was your prediction then? So what was your prediction then? What
you
was your
came in hot.
prediction
You're
then?
slagging off all the boys saying, "Oh, you all said this is going to be easy."
How am I slagging
and
off?
you
I've
come
just made a
in.
point.
No, and you
How
came
am
in
I
and said, "Oh,
slagging
you're
off?
all over gassing." No, you came and said you're all over gassing Irola.
Yeah, but some of you did you? What? So did not people say that he's
Over
going to come in
gassing
and
him.
win
How
the
can
league?
we know if he over gassed? What are we talking
Because
about,
a lot of
man?
people said it, man. Come on, bro. Don't be stupid. Don't act stupid. Come on.
Yeah, but dude,
What do you
don't
want?
be
Get the
coming at
people.
us like.
I'm not coming
No,
up.
but you
I'm
come in after
telling
one
our
game and
facts.
said, "I told you all you were
I didn't say I
gassing
told you, but
Irola."
I just thought you didn't listen to a word I said, did I?
You did. You just said you were all over gassing Irola. It's
No, I
one
said something.
game.
Yeah. So is that you? Are you part of it?
Yeah, but why
I
are you
said some.
coming in
I said
hot like this saying, "I told you were all," and then in the show earlier on, you're saying,
so. Yours.
people, you're all saying this is going to be easy. This is going to be walkover. Mate. JK never fucking predicts anything but a Liverpool win. People predicted a Liverpool win. No one's in, and I told you after 6 minutes, you're having a pop
I
with
didn't say.
people for
I didn't say.
predicting a
I
win.
didn't say I'm at 6. I didn't have a
Mhm.
pop. I just made the opinion. There's a difference, Brian. There's a difference. I didn't have
Yeah,
a pop. I
everyone
never go
predicted a
and go.
win.
You
Because
make
everyone
pops
always
every day,
predicts
and
a
other
bloody
people.
win.
And
So
just
Man,
for the
look, I'm not
record,
sure if you can listen to man, but like, come on.
Words
just
of
for
Coming in saying, "I told you were all over." Yeah, but you said
I'm
it
listening.
yourself. You said we overgassed Irola. You
No,
those are your
because a
words.
lot of you in the prediction said 3-1, 4-1 in the chat. Because I heard
No,
what I
but
saw. A lot of
overgassing
you said that we
Irola.
should be bouncing away.
just for the
Yeah,
record,
I said
I
some.
never.
Are you?
Yeah, just for the record, I never
I just
predicted
think
a
you're being
4-1
too
win.
harsh. You're being
Somebody
too negative,
mentioned
man.
it.
You're being too harsh. Look, let people breathe, man. You say, "Oh, I told you guys it wasn't going to be this easy." Let people breathe, man. Let people breathe. No one's
So
overgassing the
you kind
Euro.
of think
It's
so
one
when you want to
game.
call. So
It's one
hold on.
game, Nante.
So hold
One
on. When
game.
you want, I know it's one game. Did you hear what I did? But if I said you didn't listen, did I? I said there's going to be ups and downs. Now, if you checked on previous, I said to you clearly, but obviously you're saying I'm gassing. I said it's going to be an up and down season. I said
No,
that
I said
before
I didn't
Paul
say
was
you were
kicked.
gassing. I said you got
So
gassed up.
how
Obviously,
did so listen?
no, but you're angry.
So
Oh, you're
listen to the
angry because you're hurting
context.
people talking shit, but not us, man. We're not out here talking that shit.
I didn't say, oh God, if I would have said it, I would have said there. I didn't say that. I said some people have certain general
So
opinions.
why?
So can I say that? Just like you said about, oh, Russell's chatting rubbish about this player, Minteh and this and that. So it's all right for you to say it, but I kind of opinion, no, oh, I'm having a go. I'm having a
No,
pop.
it's not that, dude. It's not that, dude. It's just your
Put your
comments
hand
wrong today.
bags
You're super
down.
negative, man. Oh, if you're
Put
having a
your hand
bad
I'm
day,
not
bags
being,
come on,
down.
man.
I just made a simple statement. So I don't know why you over analyzing it. Otherwise, I would have said Iriel was rubbish, etc., etc. I made a simple analysis for it. So it's all right for I. So you didn't listen to anything I said. Or is it
Yeah,
just what you want to say? Oh, so you can say what you can say, and I can. So you look at the negative, but you don't look at the other part of what
no,
I'm
it's just
saying.
I don't think
Cool.
anyone's
I'll
over
shut up.
gassing.
All right.
It's
All
way
right. Oh,
too
cool.
early
You
to
go
accuse
speak, okay,
anyone
man.
of
All
over
right. I'll
gassing
shut
the
up.
Euro.
All right.
No,
No,
it's
you
just
don't talk to do it.
okay.
You.
No,
I'll
I'm
shut
just saying
up. Yeah.
it's way too early to accuse anyone of over gassing the Euro. Come on, dude. Give me.
We are right. Right. We are allowed to be negative about that performance because it was fucking shocking, mate. It was shocking. We are allowed to be negative about it because
Yeah, it was a
I
terrible
can't take any
performance.
positives from it, Brian. The only
Mate.
positives I
Yeah,
can
but I'm
take
not.
is the
I'm,
new
Hey, Brian.
signings look good. That's it. That's the only positive. But we haven't got enough of them.
Yeah.
We haven't got 11 new signings. We've only got 3,
Hey,
and they
Brian.
all look really good. Like Munoz completely flipped the game on its head because he's more direct. Rio's not a right winger. Can we just end this? Can we really end this experiment before it completely stunts this guy's confidence? Because he looks like a little lamb lost on the right wing. Like that needs to stop. Frimpong is not a right back. We already know this anyway. Like
well,
we
we're
know
only
the
playing
double
Rio Eto
pivot.
because we don't have anything else.
We know the
No,
double
no,
pivot.
but the
Don't
only
like
reason we're playing
defending.
Rio Eto is because we don't have anything else.
No, I get that, mate. Like the double pivot don't like
So
defending.
it
We
will
already know
stop
this.
as soon as we get a right winger, and it will stop. So it's not like we need to stop this
No, we have got
experiment.
a right winger. He's called Munoz. We spent 36 million on him, and he's really good. Came on, flipped the game
Yeah,
on
but
its
he's a
head.
left. Well, he's best off the left. But anyway,
But you know, at the end of the day, like we have to criticize how bad that was because we got out of jail. We got out of jail because we did pretty much zero in that game, apart from arse around, having our arses handed to us again by a midfield of a 17-year-old and a 20-year-old. Like Gravenberch and Dominic Szoboszlai, like
he's
hang your
amazing.
heads in shame. You should be embarrassed to be completely dominated in midfield by 2 kids. Like these 2 guys are supposed to be like what, £100 million footballers, pair of them, like brand new contracts, like serving us up ass in that game. Like, how is Isaac and Wirtz ever going to succeed in this Liverpool team if they can't get any supply from the midfield? They get no supply. Like Wirtz is picking the ball up as a DM today, and everyone's on his case. Oh shit, you should sell him. I've just been on the terrace. Everyone in the chat, Wirtz is shit. We should sell him. Blah 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 blah. What's the guy supposed to do? Like, what is he supposed to do? Like, if nobody can get the ball to him, and you can't kick a long ball to him because he's 5 foot fuck all. Like, he needs to have the ball passed to him on the ground. Like this. Like, I'm not blaming Andoni for this. I really not, because he had players where they needed to be. Like, we needed to have a centre back doing the kind of centre back job that Jacquet did, and then when we brought on what's his name, Araujo, that's great. That's what I need, and I need my right winger to come on off the bench and be like a right winger, which is what Munoz did. And you know what? Put a bit of faith in the kids, and he brought on Kumas. Kumas was great when he came on. But like this team, like this soft-bellied midfield has been a problem for years now. And we aren't going to compete this season if we have two pivot players that play more football in the attacking midfield and the opposition's box than where they're supposed to be in the pivot. Like, I don't need Gravenberch to be getting assists. I don't need Gravenberch to be the guy to score goals. I don't need Szoboszlai to do that either, because you're supposed to be the pivot. You're supposed to be the shield in front of the guys that play the piano, not the guys that carry it, the guys that play the piano. And we have £300 million plus of guys that are supposed to play the symphony. They can't play the symphony if they get no supply. No supply. Like, Isaac was free loads of times for a cross. Frimpong didn't do it. Frimpong kicked it out for a throw.
Yeah.
Perez kept on skewing up his crosses. Like, Gapco wasn't even there to cross it. And that's a conversation that needs to be had about itself. Like, the guy didn't even play as a right winger. So, look, there's lots to do. There's lots to do this season. But I think that midfield is just an issue now. Like, fuck the rest. Spend the Barcola money on a fucking prison 6, because I can put up with Rio there, but I can't put up with Gravenberch and Dominic Szoboszlai there.
Yeah, he's on the point there, came back very well. With regards, you know, Wirtz should be in that box to collect the ball and you know, from the midfielders, and obviously he can do that when Grav and Szoboszlai are bombing into the box, overcrowding the box, and Wirtz then has to move around in behind him to try and, you know, get the secondary ball. You know, so that's a fair point. Like, you know, they've no defensive qualities whatsoever, Grav or Dom, unfortunately.
Yeah, I have. I mean, Shane knows I'm a humble guy.
Yeah.
He knows I'm a humble guy. He knows I'm a humble man. He knows I don't big myself up. He knows that. Nelante, me and Nelante are jousting a little bit there tonight. And I hear you, K-Mac. I absolutely hear you. But I cannot sit here and say, do you know what, K-Mac? You're fucking spot on. Because I've been sitting on this channel for 2 years. No, because I've been sitting on this channel for 2 years saying exactly what you've just said, like it's the latest news. This is a 4-year-old midfield.
Yeah.
This is a 4-year-old midfield, which still doesn't have a system. This midfield was bought by Jurgen Klopp and Georg Schmacke 2 years before Jurgen left. It's still Mac, Dom, Endo, Graf. 4 years later. I've been sitting here for 2 fucking years going, oh, Grav's not a 6, Grav's not, oh, you don't know anything about Grav. 2-3 years we've been saying this. This midfield cannot progress the ball forward. Dominic Szoboszlai cannot tackle. Gravenberch does not track runners. Curtis Jones has no interest in defending. I can't sit here and say, wow, yeah, I totally agree with you, because I've been sitting on this channel banging this fucking drum for so long that this midfield is screwed and it's crap. I hate this midfield. It's disgusting and horrible. It has no balance. It has no defensive midfielder. There's nothing about it. No progressive passing. And it hasn't done, not since this game at Newcastle, it hasn't done since day one. Klopp didn't know what to do with Gravenberch. He wanted him for 2 years. Football manager shit.
Yeah.
Wanted him for 2 years, finally bought him, then realised, oh crap, where do I put him?
It was one of those obsessions.
It took Arne Slot to figure out a system to get Mac and Grav doing this little thing, and it took the rest of the league 7 months to figure it out. But by that time, we'd won the league. Look it up.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
Yeah. Spot on.
Spot on, yeah.
Come on. Seriously, this guy cannot play that role. 4 years. Look at another top class. Look at Barcelona. Look at Man City. Look at another team in world football that has the same 4-man midfield that it did 4 seasons ago.
Right, the scary thing is, mate, I think if we do a midfielder, because we might panic and do a midfielder, I still think it's the wrong midfielder. We'll probably get Adam Morton or Alex Scott, and that's still the wrong midfielder.
Well, no, they won't buy Wharton because they know if you want to buy Wharton, you have to buy a defensive midfielder.
Like
Wharton needs a
the
partner, and
midfield,
they
the
will not
midfield
buy
fix
two. So they'll
is
probably buy.
two players. It's not one player; it's two players.
Yeah, Wharton needs a bodyguard,
Yeah.
and we don't have that bodyguard. So if you want to bring him in, you need to bring in that bodyguard. We need the bodyguard first. They're not going to do that. So
Brian,
Who's
Saturday-
available?
Saturday today watching this game?
Kone, Kone's the only one.
Straight up, I'll say this straight up, and you can all come at me in the chat. Fair enough. Sat there watching this game, and I'm like,
Be respectful.
I honestly think Dominic Szoboszlai should play right back now. And
I've
I
always
think
said-
our fucking centre back, who we just signed, the French fucking wonder kid, should
Well, hang
probably
on.
play as our defensive midfielder if we're not going to sign
That's
him, right?
facts. No, that's a point.
I'm
You
literally
see,
sat
now
there
you're
looking at it
cooking.
going, Jeremy Jacka
You're
should probably
cooking.
be our DM, and Dom should be our right back right now.
Yeah,
I'm
Yep.
like, that's probably what they are. Like in
that's a
this
decent
system.
stopgap. That's like,
Fucking
see,
mental.
now we're speaking real ball because
But it's
you
mental.
put those
Well,
abilities
Szoboszlai's a better
together.
right back than Frimpong. I agree with the first bit. I said this.
It's mental.
Szoboszlai is
I'm
probably the
going,
best right back in our
First
squad
game of the
right.
season, and I'm like, yeah, put Dom in the right back position and put our fucking centre back in midfield.
No,
You
but
know,
I'm
like,
serious. I
Man
said
City,
that. I think
Sahi.
Szoboszlai is the best right back in our squad right now,
It's mad.
which is basically he's better than Frimpong because Frimpong is the only other right back. Ramsey's gone. Bradley's broken. Gomez is broken. So I genuinely think Szoboszlai is a better right back than Frimpong is. Ergo, he's the best right back we have,
Wild.
which is madness.
It is madness.
Yeah, but it makes sense. You
Yeah,
know, like
no, but it is madness.
it's the fact that it's making sense is the BS. It's the nonsense. Like, why would this make sense? It shouldn't be like that, right? But it's
Nope.
true.
Like, we just watched Sanger go to fucking Brentford for like 9 million and sat there
He was
going,
right
That's
there.
crazy.
what the fuck are we doing?
He's been there for 9 months. Sangari and Kamara have just been sitting there for 9 months asking to be bought. Asking to be bought. So, yeah, it'll take time. It'll take time. Sangari got 2 assists yesterday. You know, I know the second one doesn't go down, but he took a shot, the keeper saved it, the guy followed it up.
Yeah, it was brilliant.
Lost the midfield. Doesn't take him 5 minutes to settle in.
Bro,
He
we got,
could have
bro,
walked
we
into our
got completely bossed by a 17-year-old and a 20-year-old, mate.
Well,
And
he's
by the
18.
way- By the way, Lewis Miley, I thought was a fucking brilliant right back last season. He played in midfield today and completely bossed us. Like,
Yeah, Miley's a defensive midfielder. That's right. Yeah,
That's
he's the
a
next
20-year-old
Elliot
kid.
Anderson. He's the next Archie Gray.
20-year-old kid. Like, hang your head in shame, Gravenberch and Szoboszlai. Seriously.
Wow, Szoboszlai doing that shut,
you
doing
can
that
do
shut
the
your
little
mouth
fucking
thing after the
thing,
penalty.
like shut your
It's
mouth.
like-
Shut up,
Fuck
Szoboszlai.
off, mate.
You were fucking dogs today. Absolutely
Yeah.
disgraceful today.
Who was
Yeah.
he telling to shut up with that stuff? Come on, no. Stick
wanted
your
his
penalty in the
ass to
back of
take
the net,
the
grab the ball, run back to the centre half, and don't be telling anybody to shut up.
Agreed. Yeah.
Yeah, that shut up. That's so embarrassing. It was so. What are we doing? We can't afford
Instagram
to
bullshit.
Shut up.
Instagram stuff, Shane. Instagram
I'm gonna
nonsense.
mute my mic because I can't. I just can't do. I looked at that, right? I watched it and I was so embarrassed as a Liverpool fan. Like, what are we doing, bruv? Like, we prioritizing the wrong stuff, bro.
Yeah.
Like, that
You're
was
lucky to
just-
get it with a point. Stick it in the back of net, grab that ball, run back to the halfway
Run back
line.
to the
Try and get a
halfway
winner.
line.
Try and get a winner.
Yeah.
Don't be telling anybody to shut up.
Try and get a winner.
No, it's the wrong attitude. It's the wrong attitude. It's a me kind of attitude. You know, you're thinking more about what people have been saying about you than what needs to be done in that moment. Put that ball in the back of the net, pick it up, back to the centre circle, slam it down, and away we go. That's
Tell you what,
what it
fucking
is.
launch him as a right back and watch him fucking.
That's what Steven Gerrard does.
That's what I
That's
want.
what Steven
That's what I
Gerrard does.
want to happen now. Chuck him as a right back and watch him sulk.
Yeah, I think he's better than Frimpong. I genuinely think he'd do a better job than
Oh my
Frimpong
god!
because he's come out and said, I don't mind. I'll play right back. I'll play left back. Cool. You're playing right back. So
You're playing right back. Yeah, needs must.
Or the shot, isn't it?
You know, I think this guy actually, I don't like the overrated thing, but I said there was something to somebody, or I think Sabozlai is an elite, absolutely elite average player. As in average, like at this level, like I'm like average in the Premier League. He's like an elite average player. But in 20, 30 years' time, people aren't going to be talking about Dominic Sabozlai.
No. Take away his free kicks, Brian, and yeah, take away his free kicks and his set pieces. I'm beginning to wonder what does he offer?
He's
as a
really,
boxer?
really poor. He's really poor with passages of play. Like he can't interchange the ball. He can't play 1-2s. He can't play short passes.
He can't dribble.
He can't do that. He's like a dead ball guy. He's really good.
Yeah,
he's Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain.
Yeah.
He's Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain.
You haven't got time to pick a pass out when you're in the midfield pivot. You haven't got time to be like that, and you have to be you have to concentrate. You've got no concentration at all. Like the two of them are so fixated on being the guy that wins the game.
The Rider Rovers, yeah.
Adventurous.
You don't need that. That's not
Yeah,
what the
but you
pivot's for.
He shouldn't be playing there anyway.
No,
he shouldn't be. No, it's all 100 million quid. Give me 100 million for that guy. Thank you, but give me 100 million for Sabozlai. A manager that knows what he wants. Absolutely.
So you all agree
I would put Dom on the right wing. I would have played Dom on the right wing in pre-season to see whether he can be.
Yeah, but
right
he would have
winger.
still come in anyway. He'll be all over the pitch like he normally does.
No, but
that was probably his worst game he's had in a year. Like today,
it was bad.
It was horrible. He
really bad.
I don't know what he did, but as long as he scored that penalty, it is what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's it. He did the most
It's an
important thing.
unbelievable penalty, by the way. That's pure bollocks to put it in the top bin in the 99th minute.
Yeah, fair play to him.
Yeah, he has that.
Like roll it down the middle. That's a 99th minute penalty in it. Roll it down the middle, but like sticks it right in the top bin.
Yeah, he's a special teams player. He's a guy who can.
He is.
He's an incredible athlete. He's got decent close control, and it gets you everywhere. But at the elite level, he's nowhere near. He's nowhere near.
You know when you play football sometimes back in the days.
Kevin De Bruyne, Gerrard, nowhere near that.
There's no Gerrard, absolutely.
No, but for me, he's got the credentials to get to that level if he just
he's never reaching that.
No. For me, he's got all the armor to be a top player. But for me, what it is with him, he's too fast for the ball. Like the ball always bubbles in front of him. He never controls the ball like Gerrard and De Bruyne. Do you understand what I'm saying here?
JK, Gerrard and De Bruyne, right? When the ball is in front of them, they lift their foot and they strike the ball. With Dom, he's always thinking about it too much. He has to almost run directly on the. Do you understand what I'm saying, Nilante? Like, he needs the perfect run up. He needs the perfect approach for him to even take a shot, right? With Gerrard, De Bruyne, man, the ball could come from the left. The ball could come from the right. It could be a volley, a half volley. You know what I'm saying? The ball could come it could come from a clearance, and Stevie would volley it right back. And it would be a good shot, even if the keeper saves it or it hits the top corner, hits the post. This is why I always say you judge a player by their misses. And this guy doesn't even miss those shots. He doesn't even take them. You know what I'm saying? Like you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
That's up, man.
And sorry, but I'm saying you miss 100% of the shots you don't take, and he doesn't even take them.
Like he had a few chances today to shoot him and Wirtz. Shoot, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Dilly dally. And that was the first half, wasn't it?
Yeah, the first today. Even
I know,
Gravenberch
but
had
the
enough
first half,
times.
yeah, tricky. But the thing is, we all our play in the first half, we're doing it right. But the final
K-Mac
third,
is
but we got
gone.
the goal.
Okay. Thanks, K-Mac.
The final
I know.
third, that's what cost us. Yeah, Jake. The final third, we had all the play, but the final
Mm-hmm.
third, then look at the plays we've got there. We'll be finishing the final third, you know?
There's no IQ.
Yeah.
Gakpo was our best player up top. So for me, what we were lacking today was that class up top. Rio and Isaac not at the races, and we needed them to be at the
No,
races, and then it would have been
yeah,
all right. You know what I mean?
While
Because
we're
we were
not
doing
chatting
everything
about
until that point.
how
No,
did you
bro.
feel about Florian? How did Florian play for everybody? Okay, I'm being very
I,
calm about this one.
I thought he was poor.
No.
No, sorry, Jay. Oh, no, sorry, Jay. Okay, apologies. No, to be honest, I thought he's poor. I mean, I would rather him stay on because he's still following works, because he still can produce that magic. He's still a class player, but he was poor for today's standards. He didn't do enough in the game. It was just simple. He nearly scored. The best thing for him was that first half shot that he nearly scored. That was it, really, for me. And that's not good enough for us. You know?
I reckon you know what it is with this lad. For
Mm.
me, he'll be the top. He'll be the guy I would want to play football with. Why? He keeps it flowing. He's the type of guy he don't need to touch the ball that much, but he can do one touch and will open up everything. And what it
Yeah.
is, our players don't use that. They're so fucking dumb. It's like give him the fucking ball.
Yeah.
Come on, use him as a little flick, a little this. That's what he's there for, man. The guy's got class, and they don't use that. And for me, Gravenberch and Sabotla tries to do too much, man. You know, let work
Yeah, but
do
he's
that.
not able to do it. He's not able. I mean, like I'm saying, I don't know who's going to come right in the next 10 years, right? But in the next 25 years, when people are talking about like best center midfielders in the Prem, like he'll be one of those names that will kind of like get thrown into the pot at the start. But then when you start talking about the real deals, the De Bruynes, the Fernandinhos, the Yaya Toures, Lampard, Gerrard, all these kind of guys, he's going to disappear real quickly.
Yeah.
Real quickly, because he doesn't have the chops, man. I mean, I've never walked away from a game after watching Sabazai play for 90 minutes and thought, what a player. Never. And I know what I'm talking about when it comes to like the real fucking deal. You can tell them when you're looking at him. This guy is never going to be an elite player. He might be because of the standards that are around him. But I've never seen this guy win a game. Never
He's
seen him
just a
win a
good
game.
player.
Ever. Ever. He's an athlete with a good strike on him. And that's what he is. He looks good, nice name, blah, blah, blah. At the level of Liverpool Football Club, this guy isn't, when he retires, is not even getting in top 20s or 30s. He's nowhere near it.
Yeah.
Nowhere near it.
Yeah, but when you look at him and Kirkes, right, they're involved in the game big time. But the amount of energy these guys use, for me, it's a mind thing. They are not so steadied as we need them to be. They're a bit run two steps and they're like it's too fast, you know, for them. They're overthinking it and it gets them muddled up. Hence why Sabotza lost the ball a lot of times, Kirkes as well. Kirkes got ripped apart
Maybe
today.
it's just because they're just not that good enough. Maybe it's just because they're not good enough. I mean, you could put other people into that thing. I mean, that just sounds like making excuses for them. Oh, it's because we do this. That's why they don't look good. I mean, you put people in that Barcelona and that's going to fuck your mind up the way they play. Yeah, if you can't handle it, you can't handle it. Maybe it's just because they're not that. I always go down on the side of if footballers don't look like they're that good, there may be other things going on. But 90% of the time, it's because they're just not that good. Or it's because they're not good enough. If you know what I mean, it's like, yeah, okay, maybe there's other thing, but if Sabazai doesn't look that good over 4 years, you know, like I say, he's never stood out in a game to me where I'm thinking, wow, thank God we have Sabazai. Wow, what a player. If he keeps playing like this, Real Madrid are going to be coming from. I've never watched a game of football and been blown away by Dominic Sabazai, ever in my entire life. For 90 minutes. Never. I've never walked off or watched a match and thought, geez, he was the best player on the pitch by a mile. Never seen him come close to it. He's always involved. Nice strike on him. But come on.
Come on. You know what I mean? Look, at the end of the
He's
day,
Roma.
we got away with one
He's
today.
Atletico Madrid. He's Atletico Madrid. He's not Real Madrid. You know, he's not. I mean, he's just. I mean, seriously.
He's Man United, not Man City.
Yeah, he's just not a top player. He looks great, sounds great, looks good, all that. I mean,
He does all
you
that.
know,
He does all that.
massively overrates himself. I think he's almost a special teams type guy. But you want someone to actually knit a game together. Like, when has anybody said Thomas Szoboszlai man of the match?
Well, you put a shift
Out
on
and out man of the match.
No.
Just a few times. It's a handful. It's a handful.
It's a handful.
What, in
Like,
3 years?
he's had some good games for us. Let's
Yeah, he's
like,
had some good games, right?
He's had some games for us, but if it
Yeah.
isn't consistent,
That's what I'm saying. 3 years, 3 years, 4 years.
yeah, that's a long time. He's improved. Don't get me wrong, but
Yeah,
not
I'm not
for
saying bad player. I'm just saying this guy, talk about overhyped. Maybe it's, I mean, I'd rather have Morgan Gibbs White than have Thomas Szoboszlai.
Yeah, I
Wow.
like
Okay. Okay. Man, I like Gibbs White. Well, he's a
He
classic
gets you
player.
more goals. He probably gets you more goals. He's more clinical than Szoboszlai, if nothing else. I don't think you lose that much. You know, Szoboszlai is a hard worker. Hard
No,
workers are
no.
easy to find.
He's also good at set pieces. Morgan Gibbs White. Very good
He's
player.
rapid. He's a modern day number 10. He's a
No,
modern
he's
day
not
number 10. Gibbs White is a modern day number 10 in the Premier League. That's why I worry about Verts. You know, it's the Gibbs Whites that are like Gibbs White back in the 90s. Were like Verts is a Zola. Verts is Zola. He's Kelme. You know, he's Eimer. You know, but in today's modern Premier League, it's Gibbs White is thriving because it's all about pace, power, strength. You know, is Verts a better footballer than
Attitude as
Gibbs
well.
White? 1,000 times better.
Attitude as well.
1,000 times better.
Yeah.
But in the Premier League, who's going to look better? Could be a Gibbs White.
Yeah, it could be only for now, but we still have to see with Works. Yeah, that's the thing. We just have
I
to
mean, I
see.
think the days of
Works
David
because
Silva are gone.
we put an
Like
anchor
people
on
say
him.
David Silva, JK. People say David Silva. You know, it's like, yeah, but David Silva, when you look at that, was like 15 years ago.
Long time, yeah.
You know, like it's even like it's way more. It wasn't even 50. It's like what 10 years ago. But it's a lot more physical now, even then. And David Silva, like you have to be phenomenal. So I just hope Verts doesn't get swallowed up, you know, and chewed up and spat out, because I think him in the Barca team or Real team, I don't think it's a Verts problem. I don't think it's a player problem at all. It's just can this league allow him to show the best of himself? That's all, really. I have no doubt if he went to Bayern, fuck Bayern. Barca, Real, PSG, you know.
Oh, you cook.
He'd look fantastic.
He will cook. He'll be loving it. He'll be having his slippers on.
Premier League is a different story. Premier League is a much different story now, unfortunately. So I hope. Yeah, I just hope it doesn't
Yeah, but
stop
when you
the
got a team
season.
that flows, he will flow because that's the recipes in that pot. Like for me, when you got the ball, Gravenberch and Szoboszlai, what you're doing is going forward with it at pace and looking for Florian Wirtz to do the 1-2, to give him the ball, to do a little ball to Isaac, whatever. Use him as a fucking, give him a ball he can work with. It's as simple as that. Look at the balls they're gonna give him, yeah, so he can run onto it, whatever. Make it easier for him. Like for me, we shouldn't. Wirtz should play his own game. I understand that, but for me, when someone's got magic like in him, the other midfielders should protect him. Like, get close to him, barge off the other guys trying to get the ball off him. Shit like that, man. That's not like, for me, if I know Wirtz is on the pitch and he's going to do the magic, I'm going to get the midfielders trying to get near him away from the ball.
Yeah, but they're not capable of winning the ball and getting it to Verts, which is, to me, is basically what it looks like. They're not capable of consistently winning the ball and then passing it to Florian Wirtz consistently. You can win it at the back, you can pass it and give it to the first receiver, as they say, you know, the first guy, you know, the first man, you know, the deepest line playmaker, the deepest line player to come in, drop in and say, you give him the ball. He dictates then whether to go short, quick, long, quick, wide, all that. someone who can pass it short. You receive it straight off the centre half, turns, and he can go long. He can go short, he'll keep it short. Busquets, Pirlo, these types of players. Fabinho, he can ping one long, he can turn, he can have one look. But if he needs to, he can keep a hold of the ball, right? And another guy can. We need these guys, just one guy that you can pass him the ball and he can ping it long if he needs to. He can be short, but he can look at what's in front of him and he can read it. We don't have someone that does that. Take it, turn, look, and read it. No, go short, give it back to me. Now I go long. Now I go over the top, or it's on, and I can put one straight over the top into the area. Just good passing. Nobody has a game intelligence, and they can sit and screen a little bit, but be part of it. He doesn't have to be a Kante. It's a defensive
Like a
number.
Walton.
Well,
Like
Wharton
a
won't give
Walton.
you that defensive side of it. That's the only thing.
No.
Wharton will
Yeah,
give
that's
you
the
that.
thing. But he'll give you the pass. He'll
Oh,
give you
he'll
the
give you that
pass there.
pass. But if you put him in, we're even deeper trouble. You need someone that can sit
Yeah.
beside him that can then screen.
Yeah,
Like
that's
we
the
need
thing,
both.
isn't it?
But we have to then,
Yeah.
because we're not going to get Wharton and a partner. You have to find someone in the middle.
No.
So
Yeah. We need the
good
DM. We
old
need the
try and
DM.
get someone in the middle bullshit.
Yeah.
Or
We need
just
that.
get somebody 4
Yeah.
fucking years in Atlante crying out. Fabinho left 4 years ago.
At this rate, Brian, you might as well put it. You still playing football, Brian? Put your football boots on, man, and play as a 6. You might as well, because at this
I
rate,
said,
flipping
look,
it.
I said it to lads earlier on.
Yeah.
There's people can come in with a 10,000 page dossier of a defense of why we don't need to. I come in with one page and written on it is the same midfield for 4 years. That's it. That's my indictment.
Yeah.
That's it.
That includes Endo.
Yeah.
God have
Yeah.
mercy.
Yeah, I mean, that right, this rate, I'm laughing now, and it is scary
Graham
to
Souness is
say.
coming back.
Yeah.
So who's shocked that we have the same problems? Who's shocked
No.
that we high turnover? We
Mm.
give the ball away high up, and we get run through the midfield, and we concede.
We got ripped apart today.
We got torn
I
a
mean,
new one.
JK. Yeah, JK. Did you see the second goal? Now I know Grav lost it, but you got 6 players to 2, and it's not as if he was like Elanga. 6 players to 2, and he still scored. I mean, that's damning.
Can I play devil's advocate a little bit? If we had scored that goal, would people not be saying, "Oh, what a breakaway"? I mean, I'm just playing devil's
Well,
advocate.
their
If
first
we
goal
had
was
scored
wicked.
that goal,
Their first goal was great. Let's be real. Top goal. That was old school
Yeah.
Liverpool. That was.
Yeah, it was the second one that stunk the
Oh,
place
really?
out because we had that many men around the
Exactly,
guy after
Lee.
this and
Exactly.
laid it off to him. We had that many
Yeah.
men around him that it was just a travesty that he was able to get a shot off unchallenged. Really, Frimpong went to him, but at first I thought he'd come off Frimpong, but it didn't at all. Just none of them
No.
closed. You know what I mean? And he was able to
Exactly.
tuck it like, and I looked at that because we'd only just equalised. We looked at that and thought, bloody hell, the ease of that goal. And it was nice, his little sidestep, Wisher. But you see them all the time in games. Don't always lead to a goal. He was on the bloody halfway line and he'd done it or something. Do you know what I mean? That second goal for me, that just summed up how. Well, yeah, the midfield, there was nothing there. He just like zipped through us, straight from back to front, the easiest route to goal, straight down the middle, and there it is in the net. The Elanga one was different because it was played to him wide, you know what I mean? He come in. I mean, Virgil thought Kerkaz could get back, but he couldn't because Kerkaz was out of position. He was in the attack, broke down, wasn't he, on the left-hand side of their box. And then they sprang, and he couldn't catch Elanga. I think Virgil might have thought he could have, or he might have took Elanga himself, but he didn't. And it was in the net, wasn't it? It was a bad start.
For me, the worst 2 players were the 2 lads who had the most time off in that summer break. Kerkez and Szoboszlai.
sorry, JK, 1 second. I just want to say, I've been on here for a while now, YouTube, by the way, and that is probably the most sensible, sober piece of analysis I've ever heard Lee deliver on anything. I mean, that was I don't know what Lee's taken tonight, but that was
Thanks, Brian.
probably the most sober, precise piece of actual commentary and analysis on a game that I've ever heard from Lee. So there
And I'm
you go.
excited because the old gang's back together. There's me, JK, Neil, and you. We're only missing 12, man. And we'd have, as you called us, JK, the Jackson 5 together again. Oh, Henry, give me one more chance.
See, there you go. And straight off the rails.
Spend
And
money.
straight off the rails. And straight off the rails. Yeah, there we go.
Oh, is your hilarious.
Abdul,
What's
how
the
are you,
game,
mate?
dude?
Good to see you. Good seeing you, Abdul. Is the Prem too fast for reverts? I mean, I'm worrying. Look, I mean, I want to see him kick off. I want to see him just give it. Like,
Yeah, we all do.
I think score a couple of goals, get an assist, and then boom, off you go.
Yeah.
But yeah, we need to start getting this guy the ball quickly and rapidly. But look, 2 seasons in, if at the end of this season it's not work, okay, well maybe we do have an issue. Maybe we do have an issue. Maybe it doesn't work for him here. We have to don't be too proud and bite the bullet on it. But yeah, I'm still hoping. Definitely, there's a lot more to come from him. But we can't sit here and say we've seen the best of him either. Definitely. But today was his 50th game for Liverpool, 50th in all comps. So he's played a lot of games for us. So we all know the player that's in there. Yeah, we all know the player that he is. It's just, can he show it at Liverpool? Will he show it at Liverpool? Who knows? Nobody can say that for a fact. But we all know the player that's in there. One of the best talents. So.
Yeah, it's just I mean, like I said, I hope and yeah, he wasn't great, but we know. I mean, it's there. It's there. It's just how we do it, and when we do it, or how it happens. That's the question anyway. But it's one game. You weren't great again, in my opinion. You weren't great today, but there's still time. I like the way Areola set him up next to Isak, but again, I think both can say fair. It's us building around him, and he has to take initiative of the game as well sometimes, because when their manager, which fair play, he does some technical change. I mean, Wissa in the 10, I was shocked, and and Wissa played well. He's man of the match for them, but we can't have Wissa as a striker number 10 having a better than our actual number 10. So that says it all. So we'll see. We'll see, but hopefully, like I said, with Areola, they get whoever they, like Brian said earlier, whoever it is, Minteh, etc., just get the players needs it in, and if Cody has to go, he has to go, and that's from the 1st of September. Move on, and this next generation of how this team unfolds, really, So.
Yeah, I mean, we got these quotes from Luis Campos, the PSG transfer guy, saying the window isn't over. Even with incomings, if we find an opportunity, we're going to go for it. In terms of departures, we'll see what happens regarding Barcola and Mbaye. I understand your questions. We'll see what happens at the end of the window. Remember last year, Donnarumma, it was done at the end of the window. We'll see. Again, this Mo scored twice on his debut for Trabzonspor. That's a thing. This is more, again, the Luis Campos stuff saying the window isn't over for them. Very interesting situation. If we are actually bidding for Minteh and Barcola and Mbaye, it'll be kind of intrigued to see what way that actually falls. Are we in for all 3? Are we just going to end up with 2? Will it just be the 1? I don't know. But it seems like we're making big moves. Everybody else has walked away from the Mbaye deal apart from us. We're still in the Minteh deal. So not much clarification on that. Is it the 2? Is it the 1? Is it 3? Again, I wouldn't be surprised if it's all 3.
Well, one thing we know for sure is Barcola wants up, doesn't he? He doesn't want another English club at this point. Like he said, he doesn't want Arsenal. Like, and who can blame him, given the way they play? You know, if he's going to leave, it looks like it'd be to us because I don't really see like Bayern coming and getting him something like, or either of the big Spanish clubs. So really, it's up to us to come to agreement with them and spend that money.
Yeah, I'd be a lot more comfortable, lads, if we just brought in Barcola and the right winger and a midfielder as opposed to three wingers. You know, I just think, you know, that midfield, you have to bring that defensive-minded midfielder and two wingers instead of three attacking players would probably make more sense.
Got to have a DM, haven't we? Like, it's blindingly obvious, like, to anyone with eyes, isn't it? Like, you need a DM.
Yeah,
And we have done since Fabinho, because we haven't had one since that was the only real DM we've had since then, and he's not a consideration, really, is he, going forward to be our DM? So we need to be buying one, I would say, like.
Yeah, but Grav and Zabo, they're not very defensive-minded at all, you know, and neither can really tackle very well. You know,
no, I don't like Dom in that pivot behind, like, it's too much. Like, you need, like, silk and steel in bloody midfield.
Yeah.
We ain't got any steel.
Yeah, it shows a lack of game immaturity when you see, for the first goal, you know, Grav, right, okay, fair enough, Grav, you know, get into the box, you know, have a shot. But even, you know, when he didn't shoot, he misplaced the pass. But right beside him, parallel to him, was Zoboslai in the box. You know, there's no discipline, you know, in that midfield at all, no discipline. If that was Nioni, he'd be behind them outside the 18-yard box, waiting to take the second ball, you know, a loose ball. But, like, you know, there was no, you know, then the out ball went to, you know, Alanga eventually, and, you know, nobody's going to stop him, his pace, you know, so.
I thought we looked a bit better when McAllister come on. I was waiting for it to happen. You couldn't see it first, could you? Who was coming on? Because Rio went off as well. Like, it was like, who's going off?
Yeah.
But it did look a little bit better after he went off, sadly for him, because he was pretty much ineffectual the whole game. Like, while he was on, he had a few little bits of play and that, like, but nothing special.
Flo suffered badly because, again, Zoboslai and Grav, with their lack of discipline, were marauding, bombing forward again, leaving behind huge gaps and overpacking the 18-yard box. There's some players in there at a couple of occasions. It was ridiculous. And Foden had nowhere to go to receive the ball. It was too tight, too packed. First then it was either on the left-hand side. He moved out to the left for a while. He came back in. Then he tried to work, you know, as the lads were bombing forward with the ball in possession. First was dropping in behind them. You know, it was, you know, a bit ridiculous. Like, but, you know, they need to. It's obviously in particular needs when he gets the ball, get your head up straight away and find verts. You have the ability to do that. Get your head up, release the ball, find verts. Same with Grav. Get your head up. You know, rest the ball a little bit, but get your head up as soon as possible and find verts. Like, it's not rocket science, you know.
No, it looks very ill-equipped and inadequate, our midfield, to do what we need. So, like, the rest of the team can function, like, and we can do it. Because I reckon what we've got in defence, and if we had an attack, would be enough if the midfield was up to it, but it isn't. And it won't be, like, because it doesn't look like it's being added to. So it is going to be a bit of a struggle, I think, the early months. We're going to have to get, what's the thing? Dug in in the trenches and take a bit of stick and a bit of, like, bad form and that. But, you know, we get through it, hopefully.
And the way surely, yeah, absolutely. And the way Maka played when he came on, he played very well. I wouldn't be surprised next home game, like Forest at home, I can see Maka start and either Zoboslai or Grav being dropped. That's my take. I can see it potentially happen. I think Maka has the tactical nous and the intelligence if he's going to play defensively, not as a DM, but defensively, he knows not to venture forward. Unlike in other words, he has a lot more discipline than Grav or Zabo. A lot more, game intelligence and nous, you know, and discipline to do that. So that may be.
I also saw a difference that when McAllister did come on, he was able to find a couple of gaps with the passing, and really get the team moving the ball, like just increase overall ball movement. So as much as I'm not a big fan of McAllister, he did a lot better than those boys when he came on, man. And
He did,
that's
Shane. He did. Yeah. I mean, he was threading balls through on the ground, quick, long balls, fast and low on the ground to whoever was available to take it. He found a few, through the lines. That's what Neone was doing all during preseason. Neone may even start in the next game. He's even more capable of threading balls through the lines from a deep lying midfield position. That's what we need, someone like that, without having the ill discipline to foolishly bomb forward and leaving gaps behind, like the other two do, But we'll see.
Well, yeah, I think we might well see McAllister from the start against Forest. Whether it be at Verts' expense, I don't know, but it should be at someone's maybe. Because that just didn't look right.
Yeah.
The midfield looked better when he come into it. To me, it looked a little bit more like what you'd expect midfield.
More stable. Yeah. Definitely. Yeah, absolutely. So hopefully, Forest will get off to a good home.
Well, they lost, didn't they, to Leeds? That doesn't mean anything, you know what I mean? Sometimes it can make your job harder, like when they just come over the beat. But we'll say our record against them has been crap lately, hasn't it? And it's a record we always got one, mate. They never won here, even when Brian Clough made them champions of Europe 2 years in a row. Never did they win at Ratfield, mate. Never. Not in the league.
No. But I was disappointed overall by the result. Even though we got a point, it was good to get a point away Newcastle at any time. But considering before the team was announced, I thought surely Muniz would be on the right wing, Rio left wing, and that'd be enough to beat Newcastle. But poor Rio, was a little lost on the right wing.
Thought maybe he could have swapped Rio and Cody around a bit in the first half. Give Rio a go on the left for a bit and Cody on the right.
That's what they wanted to do. That's what they want to do, man. That's why they want these different wingers. They want to be able to, shuffle it around. You go here, you go there. Gakpo can't really, you don't want to see Gakpo on the right.
Not really.
You want to be able to see different options.
Making a problem for the fullback going at him to get to the line. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Munoz was the only one that had the ability to penetrate, though, that Lewis Hall and get past him, and get crossed into the box. That's why we need. That's why we need the Mintes and the Barcolas of this world. Those kind of players, electric pace, can go past players, get balls into the box quickly. We struggled today at that a lot, and Isak suffered badly because he was so isolated. He was living on scraps, and he got no service.
I thought it was a promising cameo from Munoz.
He's a bright spot.
Was a pen. I felt the tiniest little bit of sorrow for the Miley lads because he has a good game, but it was a pen, you know what I mean? It was rash.
It was Hawley. It was Lewis Hall.
Oh yeah, Hall.
He's got the pace. That's the thing. He's got the pace. He will have to, if nothing else, he's got that, and then. See what else comes. But he's built. That's why I worry for Kumas a little bit. Like Munoz is basically Kumas, as far as I'm concerned, to a degree. The only reason Kumas is in this team is because we don't have
lights,
and it's not denigrating on Kumas. It's crazy. That he is. It's not. No one's thinking he is that good. But there he is. So cool.
I'm sure a few of the Newcastle fans thought, who the bloody hell is this fella when he come on?
No, he's not there because he's a wonder kid. Like, Kumas has been around a while now. He's not one of the new kids. He's one of the older kids.
Yeah, he's been around ages, Kumas.
They've been around a while. They're not like 17, 18. No, these guys have been around 21. A while.
Yeah, it's either this season or nothing. Yeah.
The same with O'Connell. I think McConnell's like 22. Verts is like 23.
Yeah,
exactly. So these guys have been around a while. It's not like Abe and Rio. These are like the older kids. Neone has been around now even a year. He was in the year. Well, last year he's in the first team squad. So they're not new players. Like they've been around a while. So Definitely, I'd rather have a Kumas than a Chiesa, I suppose. But this just shows where we are.
Catching at
Shows
straws,
where we
yeah.
are.
So would I, because
McCannell,
Kulas ain't on
McCannell,
150 grand a week, is he? Yeah. We need to get Feddy off the wage bill, don't we? Because like, there's no point.
Well, we're saying that, lads, and it's the 23rd of August, so you know, we're going to
Valencia
get
wanted
Minteh,
them.
we're going to get Mbaye, we're going to get Barcola, we're going to sell this, we're going to sell that. What? In the next 7 days, we're going to sell 4 players and buy 6. No. So what are we going to end up with? I think we definitely get Barcola. I reckon we get Minteh. And that's it. That's it. I don't think we're not getting a midfielder. We're definitely not getting a midfielder.
No. Yeah.
Which is sad. Sad but true.
Yeah. Unless McAllister plays more regularly now and Neoni, you know, that midfield is going to survive.
So are we not going to get Barcola anymore?
No, we are. We're going to get Barcola and Minteh, I think.
How? Yeah. Aren't we going for Minteh because we don't want to get Barcola, or it's stalling, or
No, for
the transfer chat's changing? You know what I mean? Like, what are we trying to say?
Barcola left wing.
Yeah.
And Minteh right wing.
Yeah.
And then Cody will go.
Well, we heard that they've accepted they have to lower the fee.
But aren't there like 7 days left? Like, isn't this the last week of the transfer window?
Yeah,
pretty much. Yeah. Tuesday the 1st.
That's what we're saying. It's going to be a crazy week.
Oh my goodness! So we're doing this again.
I know
eh?
Clive is saying he wishes he's more. Wish I was more confident. He's the only one I am confident on.
How?
Is Barcola.
Fair enough, Clive. Fair enough.
He's the only one I am. I don't know what else we do, but I think if nothing else, I think we get him.
Yeah, I mean,
the whole.
Yeah, PSG have currently at least 8 attacking players. They surely
they have
need.
to.
They have to offload. They have to, you know.
Yeah, I don't know about
Right.
Mbaye. I don't know about Mbaye. I don't know what happens there, but
yeah,
Goes
definitely
somewhere.
Barcola.
Yeah.
Definitely Barcola. Yeah, definitely Barcola.
This is crazy. This is just.
It's the whole money fee situation. It's getting it down to what Liverpool think is suitable. This is it. That's the hold up. That's all it is. That's the hold up.
Yeah, and then sell Gakpo. Get rid of him.
It'd be nice to know just how far
exactly
apart
right.
in value we are right now with them, whether it's a tremendous amount, like, or just a little bit.
He's surely valued at
15 million or something.
Yeah, surely Gakpo is valued at 60, 65 mil, and Spurs will happily take him now. You know.
Oh, they'll buy him. Yeah. Oh, 100%
Yeah.
right. 65, 70. Yeah, they want him. They want him bad.
They do.
And you know, Gab, I don't know. I don't know if you guys agree with me. Gakpo's game today just sums me up. He doesn't do much, but he just gets that goal. He's just a goal scoring. Well, should I say goal scoring winger? I mean, he wasn't
I don't
great.
know what he was doing in that position, though.
Yeah.
I don't know what he was doing in that little, just slightly off to the right. I've never. Yeah, it's rare you see him in that area.
It was noticeable, wasn't it, Brian? Because he's not usually over that far. Like, he'd strayed quite far over towards the right, hadn't he?
Yeah, that was the first thing I thought. Was like a great strike, but then second, I said, "What's Gakpo doing there?" But hey, look, it is what it is. But
he has the knack, all right. You know, for the odd goal here and there, like that ability.
Yeah, that's nothing we'll miss.
You know,
Definitely
we have.
you would say nobody played better than him, I don't think. For the whole game, like, sort of thing. So, did he stay on the whole match? I think he did, didn't he?
You Cody, Lee?
Then again, Cody is he's in the shop window, you know.
Yeah.
Hoping to be bought, you know. So he's doing his best, you know, and fair play to him for that, you know. He wants, obviously, he fancies the move, you know.
Yeah.
He knows he won't get first in football at Anfield, you know.
He looked a little bit more like the better Cody that we used to see than what we saw last season. That was an improvement anyway. So, you know, if he's staying, there's something to hang on to. But if he's going, you know, then just put him in the shop window.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got Pat here. Pat, how are you? Welcome to the panel. Pat on before.
Hello.
Can't hear you. Oh.
We can hear you, Pat.
Oh, good evening there, Charlie.
Good.
How's
Can't
everyone?
really hear you. You're a bit muffled. Have you got a microphone there or something we can try that again? You're a bit muffled.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, that's much better. Yeah, that's much better. Yeah.
Good evening there. How are you? How's everyone?
Good.
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad.
So, what did everyone really think of today's performance? I thought we were very lucky.
Yeah, we got a bit of luck,
Yeah,
all right, Pat.
100%.
Yeah, we did.
I think definitely look at the result. 100% lucky. Yeah.
No.
Bit of a robbery.
Watching the game today, it's like we still had a hangover from last season. Some of the play we had today was like last season again. It's not good enough.
No.
Yeah,
correct.
I would agree, Pat. I would agree. It was sort of like a little bit of a hangover still from last season, trying to get them to get it like out of their system, sort of thing, like as quickly as they can. It was good, but you know, at least we got a point. By the way, nice to meet you, Pat.
Well, at least we're doing better than United.
That's it.
Yeah, we're doing better than them. What was I going to say? We have about, it's Tuesday week because the transfer ends at about 11 o'clock. Isn't that correct? We need to get players in.
We do.
I don't care what anyone says. We need players.
Yeah.
We definitely need players. There's no excuses. I don't know what our club is doing. We're getting new investors. We know that's not going to kick in for another couple of months. But we still need players to strengthen the squad. There's players gone out already, and we're going to get rid of maybe more players before the transfer. We need players in. Can't they understand that? Can't they see that?
100%. Yeah. I mean, we all know exactly, you know, what type of players we want as well, Pat. You know, not just what players we need, but what type of players as well we need. You know.
We definitely need another midfielder. There's no doubts about that. How can the Newcastle player one show him whole midfield and 5 Liverpool players around him, and we're still able, Joe Willock, he was still able to stick the ball in the net? Absolutely terrible.
Yeah.
Five Liverpool players around him.
That's.
It's like, what? They all stood off him. There's not, I've seen recently now in some games. What's the standing off? Listen, I've followed Liverpool since the 70s. I can tell you one thing. If our players in the 80s were playing, they wouldn't be standing off people shooting. They'd be getting stuck in.
True. Very true, Pat. Yeah. If Steve McMahon was on that pitch, he wouldn't have got past him.
What a player. Oh, my God, what a player. Yeah. He'd kick out. That's
Mascherano, absolutely,
yeah. My brother's saying there, Mascherano, definitely.
Yeah, 100%. You know,
just look at the midfield. There's only 5 or 6 years. It's only 5, even 4 years ago. We had Wijnaldum, Fabinho, and Henderson in midfield. Have we really replaced them?
Yeah, that was a great balance in that midfield, a great blend, a good balance. You know, in this current midfield we have, there's no real balance. You know, we've all.
He's afraid to go for tackles. That time against Everton, he's half afraid.
Yep. So, does anyone think what's going to happen in transfer? Well, we're looking at Minteh. Minteh's a great player, but he's out injured until October. I mean, that's crazy. Like, look at the player that's injured, and they want nearly 70 million for him. I mean, that makes no sense to me. I mean, is it the panic buy or what?
He's a very talented footballer, that Minteh. You know, he's the perfect profile for what Iriola wants. You know, I know he's injured. You know, he won't play for a while, but I think long term he'll be a fantastic purchase. He's got everything that Areola would want in a winger. But I know he's out injured. That's the problem. But I think Munoz can cover that side until Minteh is probably fit. You know, that's all I can see. You know, that's the only light in the end of that tunnel I can see. You know, until Minteh is fit, Munoz playing the right wing, and
Munoz was very good today. He was better than Rio today. Munoz.
he was, he was.
Yeah,
He was.
he was really an impact. He saved us
Yeah.
today.
He did. Totally.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I mean, we needed somebody. We needed a winger. Like Rio had a very, poor game. No, I'm not blaming the lad. He's only a young lad, developing. But we needed a winger in that game to take the game by the scruff of his neck and give us the impetus to attack and to be sharper in attack. And Munoz was able to do that. He's the pace, the penetration, and he got the balls into the box, which was vital. And there was a couple of balls in the box. Isak nearly got the end of, but not quite. But at least the balls were going into the box.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. He was very good. Yeah, excellent. He's got a good attitude for a young player as well. But what was I trying to say? I think definitely this is Van Dijk's final season. You can see that today.
I'd say right, Pat. Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, that's probably this season. I think would be it. I'd say. Yeah.
He's never played behind a shit in midfield in this one. I'll say that much. But yeah, it's
I think he's top favorite. I mean, our midfield is like, it's really, we definitely need to get somebody else in there. We need somebody else to like.
Yeah, I've no doubt Areola knows that as well. He's fully aware that our midfield isn't good enough, and there'll be changes. There's no point. At some stage, there'll be players brought in. Could probably be January at this stage. I'd imagine next January when we get that midfielder we need.
Well, but we've been talking about Barcola now for nearly a month, isn't it? And we still haven't got him.
No. Yeah. It looks like now the end of the window. I think.
The end of the window. Hopefully we will get him, but if we don't get him, what happens then?
Oh, we're goosed. We're goosed, Pat.
Yeah.
We're goosed. We're expecting that.
Questions will have to be asked of who's doing the transfers and who's doing what behind the scenes, because we do not know what's going on behind the scenes. I said this in the last chat I was on. We don't know what's going on behind the scenes with the club. We actually don't. We don't know.
True.
Yeah. Because I've followed Liverpool since '77. That's how old I am. So I've seen.
Very good.
Yeah. How in the '70s, how brilliant we are. And only for the unfortunate fact that two disasters, Heysel and Hillsborough, which set us back a lot. And of course, when Dowdies resigned in '91, that set us back. We got Souness in, who changed everything around, which didn't work. It took us years to get back to where we were. Yep.
Yeah, the fact that Kenny's resignation comes just before like the Sky thing started and the revolution.
Yeah, February '91 he resigned.
Mate, it couldn't have been signed anywhere, could it? The way it just went downhill.
I can give you the exact date he resigned, February 22nd, 1991. I said, and I remember saying I was only about 20 years old at the time. I said, we're in trouble when he resigned. I still remember that.
He signed for Blackburn though, because I was shocked because it was quick. Obviously in hindsight, we could have given him a few months rest and just brought him back, but that's not what happened.
That's how happened.
I remember going in the shop and buying the paper, and there it is on the back. Kenny signs for Blackburn. It's like, what?
Yeah, it was unbelievable. Blackburn got him. Yeah, that was extraordinary at the time. The one good thing is stopped United when the 94-95. Famous day, the score with West Ham stopping United's forwards. It was unbelievable.
I remember Nat Phillips' dad, Jimmy Phillips, in the Coca-Cola Cup final in '95, the McManaman final. And he was left back, wasn't he, for Bolton that day, when McAteer was playing for them.
McAteer was playing for Bolton, yeah.
John McGinley and all them, didn't he?
Yeah.
I was made
Yeah,
up that time because we haven't won anything in
So,
ages. CFA
yeah.
Cup, it's been 3 years. Like,
we won 3
Who's
trophies in
getting
the
rid of
90s.
Burts?
Yeah, then with the bots. He has to
Who's
step
getting
up
rid
to the
of
plate
Burts?
as well.
I'm assuming it's being said on other forums, like or something. I don't go on any other, like what they call social media for football. I never have. I only come on YouTube. You know what I mean? I'm not interested in someone putting on them places. It just sounds like there's some barn pots out there, like as well.
Yeah.
So who said that? Who's getting rid of Burts? Someone said getting rid of Burts is a terrible take. I can't believe their fans say get rid of him. Who wants to get rid of Burts? I want to catch up. I was outside for a minute.
That was a while ago, Brian. I'm not sure who it was now, but it was a while ago.
Oh, okay. No. One more year.
Exactly. Yeah.
One more year, and then we can have a conversation.
At least he
Yeah.
tried. I thought he tried today. You know, he's getting involved, trying to get involved in around the box and that. But like as the game went on, he was pushed out towards the left. He maybe voluntarily went out towards the left, and in around he was coming into midfield as well a bit, which he shouldn't be. But you know, that Graven's
I
off.
think you should sorry, it's Ray, is it? That you Ray speaking, is it? Said there's so many around, I'm trying to get used to the name. Sorry, Ray. I think what should stay just behind whoever's playing centre forward. Like if we had two up, just hold slightly behind them. Because you can link with the two forwards then. That's what he is. He's that kind of player. That's
He is.
his
Number
position.
10.
Yeah, he's a number 10.
Yeah,
He's not a
stay in the
winger.
pocket. No, he's not.
Yeah.
Stay in the pocket.
He's
Stay in the
not a
pocket
winger. He's
first.
not a midfielder. He's a number 10.
He is, exactly, yeah.
He's a flair player. That's what he is.
Completely, yeah. And he's a phenomenal footballer, phenomenal talent. But like, we just need to get the ball to him. You know, it's not rocket science. Gravenberg and Zabzeta get their fucking head up and look for him and throw the ball into him. As simple as that. And then as soon as Vertka said he's intelligent enough to move like in a split second with the ball and get into Isak's pass, you know, get into Isak's head or his foot or whatever. Like, you know, that's why we bought Verts. He's a number 10 to create, you know. So, but our midfielder letting him down because like last season, again, Grav and Zabo were marauding forward in attack. No, actually, last season, Verts wasn't even being given the ball anywhere near enough times, and he was coming to midfield last season. Verts to get the ball to try and affect the game. And he couldn't do a thing because then he's going to try and beat 7. You know, he couldn't.
Yeah,
and they couldn't. It was so. And you saw Pat. We all saw it last season. All the times in every match.
The ball. Yeah. And when he got the ball, I've seen some of the games last year. When he got in the box, he was really good. He got a goal with his pullback. I don't know what team we're playing. I can't remember. But he pulled the ball back in the area and shot it into the top of the net. So he got the skill.
Yeah. That's exactly what Verts does, you know. And at Bayer Leverkusen, he was in similar. Even though he was on the left side a lot, but still, you know, he had that. He was at his best, and he can get back to his best. But he has to do it this season. He has to do this is his season to do it.
This is the season,
this season, you know. Last season was an adjustment season. This season, he really has to get back to his best, which we know he can. He just needs to be given the ball more often. You know, give him the ball enough times, he'll do the business. Like, you know, but that
he will. Yeah, he's so good. He hasn't become a bad player overnight. And I was saying but I said there still could be a bit of a hangover from that season. Remember, of course, he was at the World Cup, so we don't know. You know.
Yeah. True. You know, but I mean, even for the first goal, Grav's mistake that gave Newcastle, you know, Elanga's goal. I mean,
why didn't Grav about shoes? I was showing the TV shoes.
What was he doing?
Patrick Berger with the shot. One of my favourite players with the shot, Patrick Berger.
He would have, Paddy Berger, but like
he would have shot.
He would have,
He would have buried it.
Even Zobsley would have probably shot. He had acres of time and space to shoot, and he does something stupid.
Play the ball across the back.
You know, and realistically, that should have been Verts on that ball, and he'd have shot. You know, but instead, the biggest problem was the fact that if you look at the goal, you see it again. Who was parallel to Gravenberch in the 18-yard box? Was Szoboszlai. You know,
Szoboszlai.
nobody. You know, there was no
coming back
deep alignment.
into bro.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, we're exposed. And
We're
we're caught. Elanga, nobody can catch Elanga. He's one of the quickest players in the Prem. And
Of course,
I mean,
yeah,
Kirk
that's
did,
it.
you know.
I was
That's it.
talking to him, myself and him, I watched the game, my brother Ian, I watching the game, and I said to you, David Langer forward was fast. Everyone knows that Langer's a fast player. He did damage against us when he was playing United.
Yeah.
Everyone knows this.
Yeah. I mean, they got a bit of luck. They found the outball to Elanga, and he was gone. You know, no one was catching him, like, you know, so. But like, you know, the two goals we conceded were two mistakes. Two mistakes, like, you know. And, you know, it's a game we could have beaten Newcastle. I believe we could have beaten Newcastle if we'd hadn't made those mistakes. You know, if Gravenberch had shot, Gravenberch could have easily scored from that shot. If you take it a shot, he could have brighted that ball in the goal, possibly. You know, but no, he
Newcastle
just
was there for the taking today, I thought.
Sorry?
The two youngsters in the Newcastle were there for the taking. The two youngsters in the field. One fella's only 18. The guy said from my this, yeah. Newcastle.
In that, I don't know if people agree, but in the first half, we were walking through their midfield. We had attack after attack, and we were attacking. In the second half, they got better, and they you know, when they scored their second goal, obviously they broke through a grave mistake again, but they broke through our midfield. There was a 6v2, and the two Newcastle players still got ahead and scored. That was ridiculous, like, you know. But you know, that just proves Zob and Grav can't tackle, you know, effectively enough, you know. But anyway, my rant
they
is over.
scored at just the right time for them, didn't they? The early one, and then the equalised. The second one just after we equalised, like, you know, it took not
Lee.
didn't it? Because we just sort of like got back equal.
I mean,
get on top next thing we were down again. But
totally.
We've got to sort something out. Some not as easy to score against, because after last season, the nightmare of last season, and the record number of goals conceded, I don't want to go through that second season in a row. Look, I'll accept us conceding more than what I'd want us to this season, because it's not going to be a perfect season like his first season, but it has to be less than last season. We have to plug the gaps a bit better, because we're just too easy to score against sometimes.
Yeah, we're going to see more of that this season. I think Lee it does likes to play a very high line, you know, and there's going to be gaps behind. We're going to be exposed a lot this season, but I think if we had our wingers, we'd be scoring the goals, and there'd be no threat to us. You know, we'd win the games. You know, we'd be heading the games to be able to sustain that high line, Areola style football, high line. You know, vertical football. But like, we need the wingers, and hopefully we get them this week. You know.
I was watching the Everton game yesterday. I was looking at Wharton, because we've been so much snigged with Wharton over the last couple of weeks. He kind of looked lost yesterday with Palace. Some of his passing was good yesterday, but he was kind of lost in the midfield for Palace yesterday, I thought.
Yeah, Pat, yeah. Brian makes a good point. You know, if you bring in Wharton, you need to bring in another midfielder to balance it out. A silk and steel, you know, as we say, you know. You said it. Yeah. And, you know, I can't see bringing two midfielders if to accommodate Wharton. If you're bringing a Wharton, bring in a Kamara or a Kone with him, you know. But like, I think I think a defensive mind. He doesn't have to be a specialist number 6. We just need a very defensive-minded midfielder.
Yeah,
he'll do the job. Exactly. You know,
definitely. But we seem to just looking at wingers at the moment.
Just getting screened the back for and all of that. But listen, guys, that's been it there for tonight. We had a post-match show, pre-game show, and all that. So I'm going to leave it there for tonight. Thank you, everyone that's been in. Thank you all for your contributions.
Take care.
Shane, Lee, okay.
Cheers,
everyone that's been in. Thanks.
Have a good one.
Pat as well. Bernie was in and Joe was in. So many people in earlier on. Akinde, Lazade. And so that's it. That's the first game of the season. Off we go. 2-2. It is what it is. We move, and don't forget to join the Discord. Do that stuff. Like it and subscribe and all that before you leave. If you want to help support the channel, do so via Buy Me a Coffee. Don't give 30% of your money to Google. Channel isn't monetized. You know the spiel. But there we go. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll be talking about something, hopefully about a few transfers, Barcola, whatever it is. But yeah, thanks, guys. Enjoy the rest of your evening, whatever you do, and we'll see you all again soon. Take care, folks. Good night.
Take care.